time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us.
In the car to start with, anyway.
That's pleasant to right first.
There, Danny.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, Dungeon Master.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
It's Saturday, my dudes.
Tis. I should not be playing this session, but I'm here anyway.
Why not? What'd you do?
I have 2 exams on Monday.
Oh, you got plenty of
9:30 in the morning. I am fucked. Sorry for
Hey.
the language.
Well, let's not get you started, Kian. Let's start dealing with this booty on this ship.
Yeah, so last session, you guys went to Helm's Hold because you'd heard it had been overtaken by a fanatical sect of Helm worshippers and called the Order of the Gilded Eye. And when you got there, it was not quite the scene that you had imagined. They seemed, although zealous, kind of friendly. Too friendly is the wrong word. Amiable.
Some of them were friendly.
What's the word for when someone
Amicable.
not amicable, like when you donate to something a lot, like not philanthropist. Anyway, while you were there, you offered to help with a problem with giants who were basically tearing up the roads, and Helm's Hold relies on trade and travel for funding expeditions. So you agreed to go out and see about a caravan that had been destroyed by frost giants just that morning. And indeed, there was a caravan that was destroyed, and the trail led you to a lone frost giant who was traveling towards the coast, and out half a mile off the coast was a frost giant longship. You were battling on the beach with 3 of the frost giants you came across from the ship, because they saw you basically take down that one frost giant. You took their punt boat and attempted to sail out to the great ship. However, you dashed that ship against the rocky cliffside, and you ended up swimming your way there. So we are currently on the actual great ship itself. I think I said last time I have no idea where I got this map. I know that it's not a Storm King's Thunder map. I found it somewhere, I think, on Google Images. There wasn't any. No, someone on Reddit made this map. I don't remember your username, but it's a nice map. Thank you.
Shout out to Reddit.
Right. There is not on this map a way to get down. However, somewhere there's a set of stairs that go down to a second story in this ship. You do note that there are 3 ballistas on this ship, and the kind of decorative front piece of this ship seems to be a draconic skeleton of some kind.
It would probably be near the rear of the ship here.
What?
If there was an entrance to a lower level.
Oh, probably. Yep. The backside is where the ballista. The backside is where the ballista is here. Yeah. Anyway, I don't have a map for the lower side. What do you guys want to do? So the top of the ship is pretty plain. There's not a lot of. It seems that like the top of the ship is built per function. The oars are here. There are these great long benches where giants might sit to row the boat. The ballistas are massive. It would probably take all 4 of you to shoot one of them. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, Ali. You were about to say something.
Yeah. I think Blue's a little paranoid at the moment. If he sort of listens out, does he hear sort of any footsteps below or anything like that?
Make a perception check. You put your ear down low to the ground or to the floor of the deck. You hear, of course, the creaking of the ship as the waves rock against the anchor. You don't hear any signs of life.
Okay, Blue will just look happily surprised and kind of give everyone a thumbs up.
Should someone stay on top of the deck to keep a lookout for giants? While the rest of us head below, or
then they'll miss out on all the fun.
I can stay up top if you want.
And Blue will sort of gesture on his shoulder to where one of his friendly animal companions has appeared before and say, if we need someone to keep watch, I could summon something.
Yeah, that would probably be better. Probably need all hands on deck to get whatever is in this ship out of the ship. And there could be someone hiding underneath.
Okay, let me look and see what would be the best option. Owls are pretty perceptive. Maybe an owl.
You channel a little bit of natural magic. Arrange my display here. And an owl appears in your hand, and it perches up on the ballista, looking northward, looking eastward towards.
Very good.
You guys head in.
Aye. Well, let's head down. Right. Wait, before we do that, how injured are people?
Not at all. I think I gave out like all my berries.
I'm very slightly injured, but I'll make do.
How injured? I have 9 good berries.
Ah, well, are they on a scale of 1 to 10? Would you say they heal for about a 4 or a 5?
for?
Okay. Maybe just 2. That'll get me perked up, I think.
Okay.
Mostly perked up.
Enjoy your berries. Please come again.
Look at the size of this keel. It's
Oh
massive.
no.
Touch the mast and give it a good knock. Does it seem solid?
I don't know enough about ships to know if it matters if it's solid or not. There's something you're trying to ascertain with determining if it's solid?
Like, by solid, I mean, like, is it sturdy?
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
As we're sort of walking through the ship, I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So you cast Detect Magic and you head down into the bowels of this ship, and it's absolutely massive. The underbelly of this ship has got to be at least 30 feet tall. From one end to the other are several large hammocks, like one stacked on top of the other. There are probably about 20 hammocks and a number of crates, barrels, chests, chests, sacks, and honestly, a lot of things to look through.
Doesn't appear to be anyone down here.
Nope, completely empty.
Very good.
They're hiding in the barrels. They are the barrels.
And they're not necessarily giant-sized barrels, right? Like they're like human-sized barrels. There are some giant-sized barrels, like towards the what would now be the front of the ship. But there's a lot of like human-sized things.
Right. But what about those sacks that they're always carrying around?
Yep, some of those are there.
Right. Let's look through those.
The giant sacks look mostly empty.
Really? Damn.
Are there
They said
any
mostly.
ornate chests or lock boxes around?
I wouldn't say that anything looks particularly ornate.
Let's just start gathering stuff and see if we can find anything valuable, I guess.
Right. I'd say leave the barrels for last. Look through everything else first, because once you crack open a barrel of liquid, the liquid loses value.
Okay. So in the crates, and there are many, you find somewhere around a ton of stolen food items. So like you'll find a crate full of bread, or you'll find like a crate of fruits, like apples and orange. And one will have like a crate of rice. There is one crate that has holes seemingly knocked into it, and you hear clucking.
There be chickens.
There are many, many chests. There's one in particular that seems to be about half filled with coin. A mixture of platinum, gold, silver, and copper. But it's like a lot of coin. A chest can hold, I think, 12 cubic, 300 pounds. So it looks like it's probably about a quarter filled. There are a number of other chests, and things of note that you might find are a carved harp of exotic wood with ivory inlay and zircon gems. 2 painted gold war masks. An obsidian statuette with gold fittings and inlay. a golden comb stylized to look like a gold dragon with red garnets for eyes, a silver chalice inlaid with moonstones, a electrum dagger with a black pearl in the pommel, and 2 silver-plated longswords with black jet gemstones set into the hilts.
Right. Does anybody have one of those weird bags with the smiley face that that elf that I forgot the name of had?
No.
Nope.
Is anything magical?
There is nothing magic.
Gotcha.
Do you think we can get one?
Get one what?
A bag with a smiley face on it.
Probably not right here. Hmm. So we've got a big treasure chest. We've got all of
It's
the.
probably a human-sized chest, but it is.
Okay, so,
Yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
so we've got a treasure chest. We've got all of these items. Is there anything else of significance on the boat? Can I make an investigation check to see if they're hiding
So
anything or stowed
there are
anything away?
12 casks that you would take note of. That I can't think of a name off the top of my head right now, but like burned into the side of them is like the name of a brewery. And they smell very faintly of brandy.
I heard she was a fine girl.
Can I make an investigation check?
There's nothing else to find. There's no need to make an unless you're looking for something specific. There's nothing else of note to find.
We're
Oh,
we're not gonna get much of this back. Fulwork, can you not do
Anything-
loads of weird crafting shite?
Yep, but yeah, I need a day to prepare it all.
I mean, I'm pretty strong. I don't know about these massive casks, but a lot of this other stuff I'm sure I could just carry in a sack.
I mean, we're talking about getting it back to land, and last time we tried to row that punt around, it didn't go so well.
Mm, I
However,
have an idea how we can get all the barrels back. We, because there's going to be a lot of rope on this ship, we tie all the barrels together in like a chain of rope, attach a ballista to the end of the rope, fire it. The ballista doesn't have to be torn. It doesn't have to drag the ballistas all the way across. But if it lands on the shore, we can then go to the shore and then drag the barrels from the water back to land.
the force of the ballista impacting into the shore would probably drag anything coming into it, and then they'd all smash.
And keep in
What?
mind, the boat is about half a mile from the shore.
Basic physics, man. However, that tying barrels together gives me an idea. These things are watertight. If we tie them together, then tie them to the back of the punt,
Yeah, we could do that.
then they don't crash into the rocky shore and all get broken. Also, those swords. Can I have one of them? They look snazzy.
Are the swords more decorative or are they like actual weapons?
So they probably are art pieces, but they look functional and they're plated with silver.
If you really want, but we could probably buy like 4 or 5 swords with one of these.
Painted silver. Damn it! I thought they were silvered.
No, plated, silver plated.
Oh, I mean, I've got 2 very good swords here. However, this one looks shinier, and that keeps the bad things away.
Blue, you go to lift up one of these casks and you are unable to.
Yeah,
Just the
I was not
casks of
expecting
brandy.
to be able to.
Actually, hang on. Push carry lift is double your carrying capacity, right? 15. Strength times 15. Then that's your carrying capacity.
And your
But I
push
have
capacity is
powerful
that times 2.
build. So
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if I need to double it again. If I need to double it again, then yes, you actually could pick one.
What is the weight of these barrels?
You don't have a scale.
No, I'm just asking for out of thingy because I have a carry capacity. My strength times 15 is 270 pounds.
Would not be able to lift one of these.
Jesus.
Your push carry lift bulwark blue is 900 pounds. You actually would be able to lift, although it would be a little bit of a strain.
Mm.
And it's strength times
Oh,
30
30
for
times.
push carry lift. Yep.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
So I can do 540 pounds.
you would just barely be able to lift one of these.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's no way we can swim with these, but this other stuff doesn't weigh all that much in comparison, does it?
They should.
Oh
They
no,
should
not
still
at all.
float.
By far the heaviest thing is the chest full of coin, and honestly, other than the long swords, you could probably fit the rest of the stuff in that same chest.
Mm.
The harp
We can
actually
always.
probably would not fit. It's not like a harpsichord. It's not like a big standing thing, but it is probably the size of Bulwark's chest.
Mm.
Malaria, you want to carry that?
Sure, why not? I can carry a little bit.
All right. So how big are these barrels, Tony?
So they're probably the size of Bulwark.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. So realistically, they should still float. If there's a liquid inside them, there's no way they're too dense and they'd sink.
And there's 12 of
Do we
them.
want to throw one off? Sorry,
Yes.
Tony.
But there's 12 of these.
You
I
know,
really don't want to push one off or drop one off for testing sake, because if it dropped off, there's no way we're going to be able to get it. But it's
well,
better we lose one than 12.
You would imagine that the sheer weight of these things, it would probably sink.
Liquid works, okay. Okay, these things won't float.
You got to pick one up and like throw it over your shoulder, and it like you nearly fall back down. It's like that's not gonna float. It's too heavy.
There's no way we can run the ship aground, can we?
I can't steer a vessel this big with just the three of you. Especially not a mile inland.
so maybe we can do
Well,
without
let's.
steering. Wait for the wind to push in the direction of the shore, just let it push us in.
I'm sorry. Was that a question directed towards me or someone?
That wasn't really directed towards anyone. I don't expect anyone to have the answer, really.
What did you say?
I was just saying, is there a way that we don't have to row or steer, just wait for the wind to blow us to shore? But I don't think that's
No, there's no way we can mast that sail properly.
Yeah, the sail is pulled up at this point to prevent the ship from flying off. Not flying off, but you know what I mean.
Is there any oil on the ship?
There might be something in one of these other barrels, but without cracking one open, you would not know for certain.
Hmm. Well, we can't take the food stuff, too heavy. Can't take the whiskey barrels, too heavy.
If they were
So-
whiskey, they'd float. I think the brandy.
Is brandy flammable?
Well, I've actually done a little bit of Googling, and a full keg, no matter the contents, is highly unlikely to float.
Well, the only reason whiskey would is due to its specific gravity being about 0.084 less than that of water, which means in any storage capacity it would float as long as it's sealed and watertight.
Well, anyway, is brandy flammable?
So usually alcohol of that grade is not. In order for an alcohol to be flammable, you'd have to have like a really high proof. You're thinking on something like
Hmm. Because I just kind of want to get all of our stuff on the punt and set this ship on fire. Because there's no easy other way to scuttle it.
No chance it's 80 proof.
I don't know enough about brandy to tell you if it's 80 proof or not.
No, 80 proof brandy lights up in room temperature, so I doubt it. But if it's brandy, depends on how strong it is. We might be able to set it alight. If the ethanol content is above 50%, it should be
Well,
able to be lit with a torch.
If we're taking a punt back or trying to, because there's more here, I'm sure the casts or the punt could hold the casts, since I'm assuming that's how they got here in the first place.
Yeah,
So we may as well
probably.
try and bring them
I'm
aboard.
going to say that probably about this point, by the time that you've kind of searched through the points of interest, it's probably been about an hour.
The issue with that is having that much weight on a punt. I mean, if each one of these weighs around, that they're almost maxing me out, so and I can lift pretty high, then it's going to make it harder to steer that thing, unless we
I mean,
balance it extremely well.
the punt is giant sized, right? It's built to carry things like these, I guess.
Yeah, Blue is right, because like a giant would probably weigh at least like 5 of these barrels, and they'd have 2 giants on there. I'd imagine they'd want to carry a bit more. It'd have to work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're right. It shouldn't affect it at all. Right. But how are we going to get it down the chain? How are we going to get any of this down the chain?
Well, I've got a block and tackle. We've probably got rope on this ship. And we can just lower it down gently into the punt.
The punt is some distance away from the boat. Remember, I literally ran up the chain.
Yeah, it's like 300 feet off of the boat.
Oh yeah, we don't have a boat. Like the punt?
It's like chained.
Right?
Because the punt is chained off to the side of the boat. There's a good amount of distance. Now on this side of the boat, it looks like I think Blue, your passive wisdom, you'd probably think that whenever a giant wanted to get onto the punt, they probably pulled the chain so that the punt would move closer and either climb down or jump.
All right. How much time would it take you to make that bag thing?
I'd need an entire day. I'd need to sleep the night. Which wouldn't be too far away by now, considering we wake up so early in the morning.
I mean, yeah, let's just have a nap.
It's probably about make survival checks.
Oh, I'm really good at that. Yeah.
5.
Bulwark, I think that you can kind of look up at the sun and gauge from the time point that probably close to like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
So
And
I
Blue,
say
you would as well.
if we settle down here, worst thing that can happen is some giants are going to come and then we can kill them. So we have a nap. You make the bag. We can get everything down there safer and get more money.
Yeah, we've got these ballistas. At least it's defensible. We can shoot at them from a distance.
Aye. I mean, they seem to be rather large ballistas. Oh, that's pretty standard for a ballista.
Let's go back up on top.
Do they just like use them as crossbows?
They're giant-sized ballistas.
Oh, okay.
Well, so we've killed 8 of the 20 giants. We can assume there are 20 hammocks here. If we assume that the other half were even attacked and killed.
Bulwark, you can make a wisdom check as well. You can make an intelligence check. Now that you're on the boat, you have a better sight of it. You think it's possible that this is not the same boat that attacked Fort last.
All right.
I don't know
so
if that's better or worse.
4 of them. There are 14 oars here. So worst case scenario, we're gonna kill 10 of them. We're fucked.
Yes, I don't know about staying the night.
Let's go up on top.
Yes, let's go up on top first.
Sorry, you got that harp. It looks very snazzy.
Well, we
If we're not going
could.
anywhere, I'll just put it down.
Well, we could always go back to the shore, sleep the night there, and if the boat is still here, come back in the morning. Because if the giants come during the night, we don't want to be here regardless.
Do we want to take everything but the kegs now? Because those kegs are probably going to be worth a pretty penny.
We'll take everything but the kegs and take it to the cart. Or take it to our carriage, and then spend the night there, and then hopefully make our way back here in the morning.
All right, now, real quick, can I inspect what those wall masks?
They appear to be made of gold, and they are kind of scary looking. They have these the faces are carved to look as if they're screaming. Make a history check.
14.
It's possible that they are from Chult.
Are they face-sized?
Yes.
Right. I'm gonna put this mask on my face.
I think with a 14 as well, you would estimate that one of these masks would be worth 750.
Never mind. Whenever we're selling these masks, I want to put it on my face really bad, but
I mean,
they
you
look
can
like they're worth a
until
lot of gold.
they might get damaged if we get into a fight while you're wearing one. So maybe not.
Exactly. And I'd say they're probably worth like at least 700 gold.
Before we leave, I think that we should try and we're not going to sink the ship now because we'll try and come back for the keg, but I think we should try and neuter it, like cut up the ballistas, push the oars out, cut up as much of any spare sail and rope that we can find. So even if they do get back on this ship, they kind of can't really steer it. It's just anchored here.
Rather than push yours out, you got carpenter's tools, right?
Yep.
How many of them do you think you can cut through? Maybe like you see where they balance there on the ship edge.
Mhm.
If you cut them through there, then they're gonna the oar won't be able to reach the water. So even if they get them back, they're not gonna be able to steer with them.
Yeah, but I'd rather we get off of here with what we've got quicker. I don't want to spend 2 hours sawing through all that wood.
Then I'm gonna have to push them off. Okay, fine.
Like I'm just gonna I got a couple of knives and stuff. I think I'll just hand one to like Blue, and be like, just cut any piece of rope you can find. And I don't know,
Blue is currently busy scanning the horizon.
Don't cut the rope.
Are there any giants or other such creatures approaching?
Make a perception check.
My familiar is going to help me. I believe they're proficient.
How long does your familiar last?
And, now, yeah, they'd be gone.
I'm proficient in perception. Can I help you?
You could if you're not going to do anything else for this period of time.
Past warning bulwark not to cut the ropes. No, I won't be.
Which ropes can I not cut?
Don't cut the ropes. Unless you're going to climb up the mast and cut them off at the top, don't cut the ropes.
Fine, I'm gonna try and push all the oars out and fuck up the ballistas.
Okay. Are you going to start with the ballistas or the oars?
The oars.
I'll go and help Bulwark.
Blue and Cole with a 20. You scan the tall cliff coastline, and don't see anything of note. It's rather calm. The sun glistens off of the coast of the Sea of Swords. The sun's getting ready to set over the horizon. Bulwark, as you get to one of these oars, go ahead and make a strength check.
If I can, I'll help him.
It can be athletics, and you can help him if you're proficient with athletics.
I am.
Hey.
You go to push one of these oars off, and with a good bit of effort. With Malir's assistance, you were just barely able to slide it out of the holding and into. It was
I
quite
was gonna.
massive.
I also wanted to ask, are there any empty barrels? Because with the chest, I was thinking we could tie the chest or even put the chest in one of the larger, giant-sized barrels so that it could float. Because right now it's just going to sink.
That you saw right from your from not from your you didn't investigate. I didn't let you roll anything. I don't think that you found any empty barrels. They all seemed to have something. Most of them filled with some kind of sloshing liquid. The only thing that really appeared to be empty down below were the sacks.
Hmm. Well, I guess we got to empty some barrels. I just
What
find
for?
some. Well, the chest is going to sink the second it hits the water. And I
Aren't we
thought
putting
it'd
out?
Imagine with all
Aren't we
the
putting out the
coin.
punt?
You imagine with all the coin and the items that you've put in it so far, the chest probably weighs the area of 200 pounds.
Are we not putting it on the punt?
well, if it falls off the punt, I don't want to lose it.
Do we really want to waste a cask on that though?
I was finding some water, not using the brandy casks.
It's 200 pounds. I can hold that in my arms quite comfortably.
While you're swimming?
We're on a punt. We're not swimming.
I'm just saying worst comes to worst. Fine. Okay.
I mean, if I was swimming, it would be a bit more difficult. But
Worst comes
in
to
fact, I
worst.
would not be able to swim. But
I still think that we should tie some
wait,
air barrels to it.
I've got a backpack. Obviously, the chest won't fit in the backpack. This thing only weighs 200 pounds. I can lift like 1,000 pounds. Can we just tie it to me, like to my back?
Yes. I got some rope here.
That's actually a good idea, Blue. Yeah, I guess I'll just spend my time trying to make like a rope harness for Blue.
Meanwhile, I will take Bulwark's job and try to push off some more of these oars.
Blue, does your large build affect your carrying capacity or just your push carry lift?
It affects my carry capacity. Yes.
Sure does. So 400. Yep. Yeah. With your what you're currently carrying, you could definitely do. A little bit awkward, but you're able to muscle through it.
Very good. Very good.
Alright. Should I roll athletics to
Now, do
push
you
more
want
of these oars off?
No, because you're
hold
helping Blue
some
scan the horizon, and you said you weren't going to do anything else during that time.
Whilst we were scanning, yes, but if Blue's managed to set down this chest and heft it onto his back, and then Bulwark's managed to come over and tie that over whilst
So if you're
when we were
going
scanning, he
to,
was pushing off oars.
if you're going to abandon him searching the coast
He's
for
already
this
stopped
extended period of
searching.
time, so those efforts was not related to just 1 minute. Boom, you're done. He's scanning the horizon throughout the time that they're doing that. So if you're not going to aid him for that whole time, we'll just go with his whatever other. I'll have him
So
roll
he's
again.
he's
That's why I asked that.
He's still scanning whilst
Yes.
also crouched over, so Bulwark can tie this harness on his back because Bulwark's like half
Yes.
asleep.
Just
yes,
like keeping watch at night, you know. For this instance, you're not just looking at something for 1 minute and then okay, everything's good. Because then otherwise something would come up behind you and you wouldn't see it.
Okay then.
I mean, I'm not doing anything right now. I'll keep pushing these off.
Okay. Bulwark, were you still wanting? So you both would know from how hard that was. It's either going to take you a decent amount of time, or it's going to be possible you don't get some of these off of the ship quickly. So are you still wanting to pursue this? Jack, Joe? Oh, my volume was turned down.
I was just sort of doing because I didn't have anything better to do. I think tying the chest to blue was a lot more productive.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
I just did it because I had nothing else to do.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to start doing my thing with blue because I think it's going to be more productive.
Okay.
I'll continue doing it.
All right. So Malia, you can make an athletics check if you like.
That'll be 26.
Yes. After a similar amount of time to you helping Bulwark, you are able to push a second one off. I'd say it's probably been about 10 minutes or so. So if you would like, instead of continuing to roll 14 different times, if you just want to take 5 minutes on each order.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let's see. After about an hour and a half, you would be able to. In that time, Blue and Bulwark and Cole were able to strap this chest onto the back of Blue. And Bulwark, I would say, if you wanted to pursue destroying one of these ballistas, give that a go.
No, I probably be like, Blue, do you want me to get some empty barrels? You can hold them under your arms as well.
It's only 200 pounds Bulwark. I'm fine.
Okay, I'm just
Why don't we dump the ammunition for the ballistas?
Well, let's just wait to do something like that until we are off the
I'm
ship.
just saying, if we get off this boat and go to the shore, and they come back, they're just gonna shoot us with the ballistas.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if we
I
dump
wonder-
the ammo, no ballista shots. Just
What would be
rocks
the
to
ra-
worry about.
What would be the range on one of these things, do you think?
Well, considering a normal ballista, we had one on my boat. We had a couple. Let me just definitely not look up the range of a ballista real quick, because I definitely have that memorized.
I
More
think
than
it's something
50
like
feet.
150, 400.
Yeah, 120 to 480. These things are about, what would you say, Tony? About 2-3 times the size?
Somewhere in that neighborhood, yeah. Although you can
So-
make a water vehicles check with your wisdom to guesstimate what the range would be.
Oh, my wisdom's great. Yeah, that's an 11.
Now, it's hard to say. Probably somewhere near double, but you're unsure.
I couldn't tell you for sure, but it would make sense for them to be able to shoot at least 250.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get hit by one of these and Blue will sort of kick one of the big bolts on the ground.
Yeah, it's probably about as thick as you are, Blue, and maybe 3 times as long.
We're gonna have
No,
to
I'm
eat
just
these off.
We can just cut the strings attached to them.
They might have backup rope. Surely getting rid of the ammo is a smarter move. Or do
they could
both.
have backup ammo.
Blue, will you be alright watching without me for a while whilst Malira keeps on pushing off these oars?
Blue, make a nature check for me. At some point, maybe when you're kind of fitting this chest onto your back and kind of like wriggling through the makeshift harness, you look up at the sail of the ship, and you notice that it's got kind of this odd kind of leathery texture to it. The main sail, and you kind of have this realization that it is made out of white dragon leather.
It's a fancy sail.
Is it?
Yeah.
Looks a little odd, but
I think it's made of white dragon.
they're using leather for a sail?
Looks like it.
Like Oh,
You
I
can
mean,
kind of make out what looks like veins.
all right.
Very thin veins.
I hate to say this, but these giants aren't very smart.
There's realism in this D&D game.
These are giants are really slowing down their own vessel. All right,
It's fine.
Blue, can you watch without me for a while? I'm going to help Bulwark with these ballistas because I don't think any of us want to get shot with them.
I mean, I can.
That's a big sail.
I'm assuming that would be worth a lot. It probably weighs a lot as well, though.
Fine. Oh, I know it probably weigh an absolute ton, huh? Maybe tomorrow.
It probably could
Yeah,
be
I don't
something we
know.
come back for.
I don't know how the heck we're gonna get that down, let alone off this boat.
Could try to climb up there and cut the ropes, but it's leather.
Yeah, we'll just, as soon as the harness is ready, we'll just book it out of here, and then we'll get ready for the morrow.
Then I'm going to try throw off some of this ammo, whilst Joe finishes off with the oars.
Okay. That's probably easy enough to do.
Yeah. Might also cut the ropes like Bulwark suggested as I go past. Shouldn't take too long, should it?
So when you get up there, the ropes. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, you could probably cut those.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, with enough time. If it was something more pressing, I'd have you roll attack and damage, but over enough time, it's good. So by the time that Malira goes around pushing these oars off, you've probably spent 3 hours on this ship so far. Blue, you haven't noticed any new threats on the shoreline?
Okay, let's start getting ready to leave.
Aye. Hi ho, it's down the chain we go.
Right. So I need acrobatics if you're going to try and like tightrope across the chain, and I'm going to need strength if you're going to try to climb across. Easy enough.
Guide me, saloon.
Bulwark and Cole make it across okay.
23. I just have disadvantage for my perception stuff.
Yep. Yep. You all make it across, no problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Blue, do you think you can swim with that on your back?
I am pretty impressive physically, so maybe.
I'm just thinking, right? It's only a mile, and if we get the punt there somehow without smashing it up, we're gonna have to get it back tomorrow just to drive it back, ride it back again, both times without hoping to smash it up. Oh, but the harp. Oh, we can't leave the harp. It's so pretty.
Malira has the harp probably tied on her back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. But what if it's not treated properly and the wood gets warped?
Then we'll lose like.
It's degraded in value.
It's fine. We can buff it out.
Bulwark, you look at this harp and it is like master crafted. This is like Yo-Yo Ma. This is like the Yo-Yo Ma's violin of harps.
All right, and I can't believe I'm suggesting this, but my coat is waterproof.
What? Who told
Well, it's
you
not
that?
worth as much as the harp.
Treated real leather skin is waterproof because
Jesus, I almost
obviously
just poured my water everywhere.
water doesn't pour through leather.
Are you okay,
I'll show
Tom?
you, Cole. Waterproof.
fine, I'm
My
just dropping
computer is
everything over here.
waterproof.
Pardon?
Well, if your cloak is so waterproof, why did I spill water all over my keyboard?
Take that, Cole.
Anyway.
Well, we'll wrap your harp in the leather, and then we'll keep going.
So, just because your coat does not soak in water does not mean it's going to be able to magically protect this harp from getting wet. I just want to put that out there.
I'm doing this to appease Cole for no other reason.
Okay, all right. So you wrap the
No,
harp
I'm
up.
just thinking about this. It
It's
won't be
less that
water.
it's less like wrapping the harp. It's more like you put the coat over the harp because the harp's big enough that the coat is not going to cover it fully.
Oh, really,
That's
Jam? Never
perfectly
mind that
fine.
then.
Yeah, it's like it's
That is
about the
not
size
fine.
of like Bulwark's torso.
Damn it, that's not fine.
He's a
Okay, let's
chunky
think about
boy.
other things we can do. It looks so pretty. I don't want to ruin it.
What happens if we wrap the boat in the cloak? Would that make the boat always sink? I mean, float?
The boat floats anyway.
We all
Oh, yeah.
float down here.
Come on. We're stood on it whilst it's on water. You don't have to know ships to know that.
So the punt is still chained to the main boat.
Do we want to leave the harp here with the barrels, just so we don't damage it?
Just
No, we're bringing
keep
the
it.
harp.
Let's leave.
Did it get ruined? Look how pretty it is.
Okay, I'm unchaining us from this fucking boat. Cole's having like some episode over a harp.
So Bulwark, you get over to where the chain is hooked onto the punt and it's locked with a massive padlock.
Just keep hitting it till it breaks.
I take out my thieves' tools. Can I try and pick the lock?
Yes, roll a dexterity thief check.
Since
Giant
you haven't
lock,
been guiding yourself
normal
recently, Jack, I will guide you.
He has been guiding himself. He just hasn't been saying it.
Oh.
But you can also guide him. That's fine.
Oh, sorry. Tinker's tools are the same thing as thieves' tools, Jack. Same proficiency, sorry.
Yep. Did you make sure to do dexterity instead of intelligence, though?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it is a +8 instead of a +10.
Okay.
I like his arms up to like his elbows going into this giant
Yeah, pretty
lock.
much, because it's a massive lock, right? And so sometimes you don't even use the tools. You just kind of like use your massive hand to like push the tumbler in. But you do manage to get it unlocked, and the chain falls through. Like the padlock comes out, and then the chain falls through. And then your punt boat is detached and is just kind of rocking in the waves. Hey, folks, guess what time it is? Skill challenge
check
time. Part 2.
I've got my deep heat ready.
Okay, so
All right.
let's see here.
Is
We got
anybody ready for a strong?
Number
Sorry, continue.
number of successes, 3 failures. Cole, you're a sailor, so you'll have an extra chance to fail. Who wants to start us off?
How about a lovely motivational song with a performance check?
Go for it. You're gonna sing a little sea shanty.
I'm also going to add a D8 to that performance check with my superiority dice.
Okay.
I have to say that before I roll. So
Nice. Oh,
18.
All right, you sing a rousing sea shanty that inspires everyone to row in tune with each other. Is a success.
yeah. I mean, medicine's my highest one. I'm gonna crank out that. What's it called
Try
again?
to recreate that icy hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Go for it.
Deep heat.
Excellent. You do, and when you're trading
That
off,
is a 30. That is a 30.
when people are taking turns on break, you apply this natural soothing balm. You picked up some menthol somewhere, some menthol leaves, and rub it onto their muscles, and it gets them rejuvenated for the next round.
All right. Now that I'm rejuvenated, unless there's 2 other people who haven't gone yet. My bad.
Anyone can chime in whenever you got something to do.
I'm just thinking for my +7 athletics, just absolutely pump it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make tool checks or just
Yeah,
skill
you can
checks?
make tool checks. It just depends on what you want to do, how difficult it'll be.
You're gonna start
As
shooting off
we're
parts of the boat again.
no, as we're going through, I've learned my lesson. I'm not allowed to do any subtractive processes. I shall only do additive processes.
Oh God!
What are you going to add to the ship?
If I see any like leaks or weak points, can I use my carpenter's and cobbler's tools to try and like stop any leaks and like maintain the structural integrity?
Yes, go ahead, and I want you to make a. I think it's gonna be a dexterity carpenter's. Hey, that's a success.
God.
So what happens is some type of massive ocean life a killer whale or a shark or something like that rams into the boat thinking that it's prey, and it causes a leak in the bottom of the boat. So you have to run over and like graft a plank from the side of the punt onto the bottom of it, and you're able to fix it rather quickly.
This is going so well.
Right, Malira, you want to do anything?
I'll use my athletics just to power through some rowing.
Okay.
16.
A 16. You too are successful in your turn on rowing the boat.
All right, my turn, and I'll do the same.
You're coming up on the shore. And eventually, you are able to successfully get this punt onto shore. It kind of crushes into the sand and beaches, coming to a stop.
What the hell saw that coming?
That was easy.
I'm
Too
gonna-
easy. One of you is a giant.
Good job, everyone. I hope Ava's not too sad that we've been gone for this long.
Oh yeah, she's about like a mile off from this point, isn't she?
Yeah.
You want to go
Lou
get her?
put his-
Sleep with her?
Well, yeah. It sounds a bit weird when you put it like that, but
What? I meant like cuddle her while she sleep, you freak.
Lou put his icy hot away and say, I should really patent this.
What is a patent?
I don't know. Ow, my head hurts.
My God, put the word into my head.
All right.
God bestowed me with this knowledge, but no institutional regulatory body to profit off of it.
You guys didn't bury the three giants, so like you ram this boat onto the beach and like it crushes one of their bodies.
Right? They're all bastards anyway.
Yeah, I would like to try and talk to one, though. Maybe when we're in a more of an advantageous position.
I mean, you're gonna struggle to talk to any of these guys. They're super dead.
I thought you were about
I
to
mean,
break
look-
out to speak with the dead, and I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, look at this one's shins. Look at him.
I mean, I could
Yeah.
cast that when we level up, if that ever happens.
They look like Mama's ragu.
All right, let's go. Let's leave. I want to escape with our treasure.
Let's double.
Okay.
But we have barrels.
You return to your cart, and when you get back there, Carnage and Rations are very pleased to see you, and you hear like the anxious scratching at the door of the carriage.
You left her inside.
Ava, open the door.
You locked the dog inside the cart.
She jumps out, and you do smell duty inside the carriage.
That's fine, darling. When we get back, when taking me and you, we're going to get the most expensive steak in Neverwinter, and you can sit at a regular table.
She
We're
gives
going
you
to
a happy
Neverwinter?
bark.
We're going to Netherwinter.
But I forget where we are, honestly.
I mean, we've been to Netherwinter. I don't have much reason to go back unless we want to sell this stuff quickly before traveling. That would be probably a good idea.
Should we count the coinage before we go to bed?
Sounds like fun.
Are you just
I'm
gonna
not very good at
stay
counting,
right
though.
there and where the cart is?
We should probably move. The giants might be angry.
Right. So where we are, we're about a mile off from the beach.
Well, how far?
You're a mile off from the coastline and about 300 feet from that beach.
So we're 300 feet from the cliff. I remember because that's where we killed the first one, isn't it?
Well, the beach is 300 feet from the cliff, and then you're a mile away from the cliff.
Okay.
Because we're not in line of sight of the ship nor the giants, right?
I mean, technically you are, but it's like you'd have to have fucking good eyes to see that far.
Like giant
Or to
eyes.
make any detail out, rather.
I think here's a good spot because we can also keep an eye on the ship, vaguely speaking, if we see any fire or any lights on it.
Alright. Sounds good to me. I'm not sleeping in the cart though, because that is a lot of dookie.
Yeah, I'll clean it. I'm sorry, everyone.
Perhaps
Like
we should try and like maybe, is there any vegetation around? Maybe we can try and disguise the cart and cover it in like plants and things.
Craft.
So you could. Let me look at the map. I think you're pretty much in grasslands at this point, so there's not really much in the way of cover. Like there's the occasional tree, right? And maybe the occasional thicket. But based on where you guys are, it's pretty flat.
Yeah. How long would it travel? I mean, I can't see the map, so how long would it take to travel to somewhere that's has at least a little bit of cover?
The closest thing that like you would be able to necessarily hide in is probably the Neverwinter Wood, and that's a good 2 days.
Right. Okay. Oh well, that's fine.
So,
That
like
should
you
be
could
okay.
probably you could probably find like a thicket of trees, right, where there's 2 or 3 trees, but it wouldn't be very hard to be like, there's a cart there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good where we are, I guess.
Well, let's
relatively
move a little
speaking.
bit. I think we should move away from the ship a little bit, because if I don't know, those giants are scary. If they find out they've lost most of their treasure, and they can't row away, they have nothing else to spend with their time, so they're going to come hunt us down.
That's actually a very good point. We should have left like a puzzle or a riddle on the boat.
This is how you will receive your oars back.
Yes, I think we should actually move a little bit back. We've got some daylight left before we can get a
Order to
good night's
find
sleep.
what you seek, these riddles 3 ye must. I don't know what there's a
Speak.
rhyme there somewhere. Yeah, these riddles 3 you
Yeet.
must speak. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Very good riddling. I wonder how much that white dragon leather is worth.
Oh, that's going to be heavy. And once again, as a sailor, just a terrible decision.
Oh,
Just bad.
I mean, it's probably not normal leather, right? It's made of what? Maybe it has magical properties that make it extremely effective.
I mean,
But
yeah,
with what
I
you told
imagine.
earlier, it was probably leather made from the dragon's.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So that you can shut the fuck up about their shit being garbage. Better craftsmanship than anything you would have ever made.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
leather
Cole.
doesn't catch the wind
You
well.
can
It's
make
rigid.
leather out of a whole bunch of different things, asshole.
Skin,
you could make it out
skin
of
when
the
tanned is rigid.
It's
The whole
a
tanning
giant
process.
long ship.
Anyway,
Oh, there's some clashing in the leather fandom. Anyway, I'm gonna clean the cart and go to sleep cuddling Ava.
Mhm. Where are you parking the cart? Are you just gonna chill out where you were?
and we're gonna travel. How long left? Sort of before.
There's
It
probably
might be a
like
little.
an hour before the sun sets.
Okay, yeah, let's travel for an hour or two.
What, back the way we came or forward?
Any direction, it really doesn't matter to me.
Because forward is closer to the giants.
Well, yes, away from the ship. That
Northwest,
doesn't matter
east, or
to me.
south? Where are you going?
North is
North.
always fun.
You head about 3 miles up towards Neverwinter, and then the sun sets.
Oh yeah, towards Netherwinter. That's a really good idea. Okay, let's try and smooth.
So, I am not very good at the whole keep and watch thing, but I obviously want to do my part.
Yep, we'll be doing watch together because neither of I can't see very well.
Okay, fantastic. What can I say? I've not been a spotter since I was 16.
All right.
It's not something you keep with you.
Watch. Who's keeping watch first?
I am.
Okay. Who is where? Who's in the cart? Who is outside the cart?
I think Blue would sort of set up his bedroll and stuff outside the
What's
cart.
this? This is
Yeah, I'd probably do the same with as Blue.
The wood in the cart smells like dog pee.
Exactly. It smells like yes.
all right. Carriage. There. Boom. Who's where? Bulwark, you said you're in the cart with your dog.
I think I'll be in my deluxe tent if it smells so much like doo-doo.
Oh, yeah. No one has prestidigitation, so it's going to smell pretty rank for a couple days. Bulwark.
Right. So
hogging
what
the
we
tin.
need is lye. Right.
I've got my
Imagine-
4-person deluxe tent. I think Cole and I will just have that. You guys can figure out your own.
Aw, aren't you a sweetie?
Did fuck off to Malira.
Why can't Malira
No.
join us?
She's fine
No,
outside.
I like Malira. She can join us. Come join us, Malira.
No, she's
Just-
fine outside. She's used to it.
Okay, goodbye,
This
Malira.
tent
Well,
envy.
whatever counts as outside in the Underdark.
Do you
No,
have a campfire going?
I'm not very cold.
It actually is pretty cold.
I'm
And
not
we've
very
just been
cold.
swimming. No,
Yeah,
wait.
it's
Earlier.
You've been swimming, and it actually is getting close to winter in the Sword Coast, and the Sword Coast is already pretty cold to begin with.
With it being on the coast and all.
Yeah,
Still
I'll
cold. Still cold. Not
I'll put on
freezing.
my cold weather clothing. After being in the Dales, this is nothing.
Okay, I agree. So no campfire.
I'll yeah, I'll get a campfire ready.
Okay.
Why? You're going to attract attention.
Who wants a meal?
Let's find some clip art.
Who wants a little din din?
I eat a berry.
You eat a berry.
Tony, that thing I messaged you earlier.
I see it. Yeah, that would probably be fine. But
Yes!
you ask if anyone wants a meal, and Blue pops a good berry in his mouth, looking at you, kind of.
I'm insulted. I still love you, but I'm hurt.
I'm insulted that you don't like my berries.
Love your berries. I'm just saying that, it might be nice to have something other than berries for a change.
I can't agree.
Me
I've become a
and
berry
Blue.
addict.
Me and Blue spent an entire month in a floating castle, and all we had to eat for that month was berries. And all I had to do for that month was polish the same 15 swords.
There, as you're saying that, and I'm guessing you're probably out of your tent by now.
Yeah, I'm sticking my head up.
Your head
We're
out.
sitting around the campfire.
Yeah, so
Singing
try off.
songs.
There is a massive crashing sound as a boulder smashes into the carriage, completely obliterating it.
Well,
Oh no.
Oh no.
hit.
Wait, would we have our armor and stuff on at this point?
Yeah, I've not docked it yet.
I don't know. Would you be honest with yourself?
What
Well,
is this at the start or closer to the end of?
This is probably at the start of your watch. So, Malaria, you probably are wearing your armor.
Yeah, she would keep her armor on until she needed to trance.
If this was
I
something while
don
we were
my
discussing
armor.
eating, I don't think we have armor, right?
I was
I
just
think we would
discussing
still have
thingy.
armor.
Yeah, I was just discussing cooking, so I wouldn't have gone to bed yet, so I'd probably still be clothed.
Okay. Yeah. A boulder smashes through your carriage, completely obliterating it. And
And
you
are the
see off
horses
in the
dead?
distance. No, the horses are not dead. They did not get hit by the boulder, but they kind of had to, like, they flipped over a little bit and scrambled, and they're starting to run off towards the north.
Horses?
Blue will, in what time we do have, will rush over to them and try and release them, but also ask them to get to a safe distance, but still come back later.
And you
They're already
see
gone, aren't they?
towards the south a lone frost giant who seems to have taken notice of your camp. Roll initiative.
Still slightly injured.
I blame the dookie smell. Oh, wow!
Beautiful. Blue, you are first.
Okay, this should be okay. There's just one of them so far. I'm going to, would you say I would have been able to do what I said, or has this just happened?
I think you probably could have run over to them and unhooked one of them, yeah?
Okay, then I will move to seeing the threat to the south after my immediate attention was drawn to rations and carnage. I will put my hand on Blue's shoulder and both our rings. Sorry, not on Blue's shoulder. I'll just hug myself now. I'll put my hand on Bulwark's shoulder and both of our rings will glow, and I will cast Warding Bond on us.
Okay.
And that is my action. Then I'm going to try and... I'm going to go prone or not to go prone. It's been hucking boulders. I will try and get out of sight behind this tent.
Okay. Malira, it's your turn.
What's the light situation?
Dim light, I think.
Finally. So
Still
no
it's-
direct sunlight.
It is direct sunlight, yeah.
Blast.
Wait, campfire light counts as sunlight?
Well, it's not pitch dark yet. Like the sun is setting. Well, no. Yeah, the sun
You can
hasn't
travel...
quite completely set yet.
Blast.
And
What spells do
the
I have?
sunlight, like you're still able to see everything, right? It's like that twilight period of time.
Well, I could see him at this difference if it was darkness because I have 120 dark vision.
Yeah, another hour or two would probably be night.
I'm gonna go do. I'll bring up my shield, whisper a small prayer to thank my God, and cast bless on all of us because I only have second level spell slots.
Okay. So everyone is blessed.
And then I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and bring my shield up.
Okay. 5, 10, 30. It roars out and charges towards you, Malira, and yes. And as it's running, it kind of scoops down and picks up a large rock and throws it at you. A 16. That
Misses.
Yeah. But you're able to like roll to the side out of the way, scatters into the ground. Will work.
Just to double check, I wouldn't have been wearing my armor. Would I have had an action to don it before combat starts, or
Sure.
okay? Then I go 1, 2, and that is the end of my turn. And I will say for Cole to please stay behind me.
Hey,
That's your turn, Cole.
I know he can't tell me, but why? Cole likes to just run in and be a maniac. It's his favorite thing. Hmm. 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 Fine.
Sadness noises.
I think that's 30 feet, but I shall double check. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to actually, can I choose to move here instead? Cool. And I am going to shoot it with my crossbow.
Okay.
I'm not going to hit.
Well, you are not.
Jesus Christ.
Blue, it comes back to you.
Okay, well, I'm going to be saving my precious last few slots for if any of you get smashed into a smithereen. I'm going to move a little bit closer since I am scared that Walk is going to get himself out of my range. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will cast
How
Sacred
far does he
Flame.
have to be to break out of that?
60 feet.
Sacred Flame, you said?
Yeah, why doesn't it come up in the actions area for D&D?
Well, he rolled a 0.
So you will take 3 damage.
Yes, he will.
Very cool, Obama.
Malira.
Cool. I'm
I'm going to go prone.
You're gonna go prone?
Yes.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, I could go 2 more, but I'm just gonna. I will take the dodge action for now.
Okay.
Me got no range set dagger.
Throw your singular dagger.
Frost Giant's turn. He's gonna throw a rocket colt. God damn. 13 to hit. That misses. I think he's gonna take the ranged approach, so to kind of kite you around.
Instead, I knew I should have charged.
Yeah, so you see him pick up this rock and he chucks it at Cole, and Cole does a Dark Souls roll to the side, and it misses. And seeming kind of frustrated, he picks up another rock and then he runs off to the side. Will work.
I will cast Fairy Fire on him.
Okay. He rolls a 15.
That is my spell save DC. He succeeds.
Succeeds. You launch out a bottle rocket that explodes into glittering lights, and he's able to himself do a Dark Souls roll off to the side and avoid the impact, avoid being swathed in your glitter.
Now I'll move here.
Okay, Cole.
Yes. Okay. Can't have enemy for too long, bastard. So that should be probably the corner just outside of his range, and yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Flip him off.
Okay. Bulwark. Sorry, Blue.
I shall get up from prone and he's still not within range for Sacred Flame. Such a bad cantrip.
Very rare I see that
What do you
cantrip hit.
mean? It's such a good cantrip.
If he had cover, he wouldn't get any benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
I literally do not have anything I can do without using a spell slot, so I guess I will use my wild shape to take. Hey, I shouldn't need the chalice form. It'll be fine. I'm going to take on the Archer constellation, and I'm going to shoot at him.
Okay, go for it. How much range does that have?
120 feet, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, that's 60 feet too. Fuck! Well, I've done it.
This is the weakness of the party. No range.
I mean, 60 feet is range, just not very long. That is my turn.
All of my giants come with longbows and sharpshooters from now on.
Wait, that's a bonus action. I'm gonna dash. So with my action, I will dash. So 5, 10.
Yes, dash closer, Blue.
I know Milia is good at protecting people, so I shall come close. Aha! He's in range. Now I shoot him.
Okay. $22 hits. Roll damage.
Very cool.
Minimum damage. Why? That is my turn.
Okay. Malira.
Well, you shouldn't have said I'm good at protecting people, because
Yeet.
I think Tony can see my lines.
Yeah.
Dash to get 60 feet there.
God damn it. I want you to.
And then, do I have anything bonus, actually? That isn't concentration. I do, but it would take my last spell slot. I'll just sit there.
Okay. It's going to step up 5 feet And then it's going to take a swing at you and a swing at Cole with his great axe.
Come at me.
26 against you, Malera,
Ow.
for 33 points of slashing damage. And Cole, an 18.
An 18 does not hit, but he's not in parry range. He's not in riposte range.
19 for my concentration.
Yeah, that succeeds.
I can't deal
Rebuke the violence,
damage.
perhaps?
I don't have channel divinity.
And then
took a
he
short
is going
rest.
to come. That was 5 feet, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35, 40. Malera, take your attack of opportunity.
Whack.
I
Like
forgot
it will
Tony
hit.
could see my lines.
Like it will hit.
No, you roll a natural one. You reach out to swing, but you're suffering from that massive axe wound in your waist.
And the sun!
And the sun! Curse
Joe,
you,
did you
son!
use Joe, did you use Channel Divinity since we took a short rest?
Yes. I used it to get
Oh.
spell slot back.
Oh, okay.
Bulwark, it is your turn.
That's why I have two. That's why I had 2 level 2s.
Gotcha.
Give me one sec. Am I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Wait, am I in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I'm not in range for anything. Oh, my legs are so short. I'll just cast Fairy Fire on him again.
Okay. This time he rolled a 14, so he is very fired.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Cole.
Gonna dash to here.
Okay.
Try stop him going that way. And yeah, just keep flipping him off.
All right. Blue.
Oh wait, sorry, I meant to be closer. Is it too late now?
Where did you intend to be?
Like in his range?
Sure.
Like I wanted to be here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I'll attack with my bonus action. Now that I have advantage, that's very fun.
You're at 65 feet right now. Very good. 14 points of damage.
And with my action, I will Sacred Flame.
Okay. Oh, he rolls a 13.
One on a
No.
3, very cool. And then I'll use the rest of my movements. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Looking like I'm trying to get closer to Malira.
Malira, it's your turn.
Hey. I think Cole was planning out my movement earlier.
Yep, I had a theory.
I'm going to take 2 attacks.
Okay. He hits.
Whack. Whap.
17 also hits.
And that may.
Right, he's going to swing at you with his great axe, Malira.
Come at me.
18.
Whack.
You take 16 points of slashing damage.
That's double what I had.
And Cole, no, he rolled a natural 1, and that's really disappointing because he rolled really well on the damage for that.
Cool, I'm gonna riposte.
Okay.
So that is a... He's
That's
very
your
fired, right?
That's your reaction, right? Yeah, he's very fired.
Yes. Tis my reaction, indeed. So I'm going to do one of these with advantage because he's very fired. With a 22, and then I'm going to add one of these to the damage. So that is 16 points of damage.
Okay.
Not great, but...
He's then going to go 5, 10.
I mean, he could have run the other way because I'm dead.
He could have, actually. Now that you mention it. He just stomps over you.
Mhm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm literally one tile away. Fuck me.
Oh, Bless is gone, by the way.
Yes.
And I can't even dash to get up to him. I will go 2, 3, 4, and I will try and stand over in between the giant and Malira's body.
Okay. Cole.
Yep, he's in with range. 3 attacks.
As you enter his range. Kidding.
He's got Sentinel.
That'd be Polar Master, but he's using a great axe.
Yep. So that's 33 points of damage. Anything else? This movement, bonus action.
No, that's my action and bonus action, and I need my reaction for my superiority dice.
Okay. Blue.
A bonus action and Sacred Flame.
Okay. Oh.
$21 points of damage total.
Okay. Malira, death save, please.
16.
Wait, where?
I just rolled it.
Yep, there it is. Let's see here.
Hello?
I'm here. Okay. He's gonna attack you twice with his great axe, Cole.
Yep, go nuts.
27.
That hits.
18 slashing damage.
Okie dokie.
18.
And I'm going to repost that. So you said 18 points of damage, right?
Yep.
So that takes me to 39 HP. Sorry, shouldn't have said that. Was just doing mental maths. Act like you didn't hear it. And he's still verified, right? So flap that.
17 hits.
Throw one of these on top of it because it's a and that is 13 points of damage.
And he's going 25, 30, 35, 40.
This is the most infuriating fight.
Full
Which
work.
is
I will look to Blue and say, do you have melee?
Do I have what?
You take care of her.
Malira, yeah. That's why I'm running towards her.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank God. And I will cast Chain Whip. Go roll again, see if I crit. Nope. I mean, he's brought 10 feet closer to me.
There's no size restriction.
Nope.
Large or smaller?
Large or smaller. Is he large? Oh.
Cole.
dropped me crossbow.
Yep.
Bugger.
I tried to set you up, my man, but I'm silly.
It's not your fault, this giant a massive coward. Big old sissy. Yeah, I can get the Coolio. And dash to here.
Okay. Blue.
And I'm going to rush over. Oop, the measure up. 5, 10, 15. I will use my bonus action to shoot at it. Sorry, for Archer. Advantage.
That's a range of 60 feet, right?
Oh, shit, sorry, I just assumed I would be. Yeah, so that, never mind, I can't do that. I can move a bit more if I want to do that. Yeah, we need damage on it, so I'll move 10 feet that way. So it's 10 damage, and I'll use my action to cure wounds.
Right.
At third level.
Send a mote of radiant energy towards it, and as you lean down to put hands on Malira, you hear a resounding crash as it falls over.
Oh. That's convenient. Now let me see how much healing I do to Malira. Wait, why is cure wounds? There it is, okay. Below average roll, so well, here you go.
You get 24 points of healing, Malira.
Yeah, she'll take in a sharp, deep breath. So get up and thank you, Mr. Blue.
Of course. We managed to kill it. That was tactics from giants I haven't seen before.
Oh wait.
No. Maybe he was like the smart one of the bunch.
I have to say we probably weren't dealing with top brass. He's like the sad cousin who like is bad at throwing rocks. He's like sat at the kids' table even though he's 25.
He laughs from the grave because he destroyed your cart.
Right.
He did destroy our car.
He
That's
might
okay,
have some
walking's not
stuff
so
on him
bad.
though.
He does not have a sack on him.
And the sacks were empty.
Well, anyway, we better go get Ration and Carnage. Make
I
sure
asked them to stay. I told them they'd be safe, but
Oh no, they fled.
I'm sure they were a bit scared.
And I need to go grab my crossbow too. That's by the camp. Don't know why, since I never hit anything with it.
You know, I really wish I was a couple feet taller. I don't like having such short legs.
You're a bit slow, but it helps you stay in range of my warding bond.
Well, we're
Yeah.
not in combat. Want a piggyback?
You know what? I've actually never had one, sure. Climb uncle's back.
Just piggyback bulwark to camp.
Clang, 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 clang.
Probably is very heavy. I'm tired. Let's sleep. We can worry about the.
Also now is a good time for a break. So you guys head back to camp. You go looking for your horses, or are you okay letting them run off into the wild?
I think
The
I would like
horses,
to
you're not
find
going to
them.
catch them.
Well, we've had them for a long time, and I can speak to them, and I've grown a bit of a bond with them. I'm sure I'll be able to find and convince them to come back.
Okay. Make a survival check to try to track them down. And who
Help
all
me,
is going?
nature.
No survival.
I know. I was saying, help me, nature.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant. Can I roll nature? And I was like, why would you want to do that? Blue sucks at nature.
24.
Okay. Does anyone go with Blue, or is he just kind of going off on his own?
I'll go with him.
Okay.
Me and Bulwark, I think we're going to count the monies.
So you guys, Malira and Blue, you guys head back to. Well, you head off north, following the horses' trails as they've run off. And it is after dark when you find them. But they are off grazing somewhere, probably a few hundred feet away from your camp. And there's no need to roll. They do willingly come back with you once you tell them
Come
that
on,
the danger's
Carnage.
past.
Come on, Rations. It's okay.
Nay.
I like
Roleplay
to
a
think
horse,
he
Tony.
says that in
Roleplay a
a.
horse.
I like to think he says that in just a man's voice.
It's like a bad
Nay.
stage play.
My name is Vixevian.
Stop calling
it's-
me
it's
goddamn
Carnage.
rations.
Sorry, Pole and Bulwark. If you count the money, it probably takes you about an hour. It's a lot.
Can during this time he teach me how to count to 10 in Undercommon?
Okay, so Undercommon's an interesting one. Mainly because I didn't know it was called Undercommon. I learned it from a drow.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he was a good guy. I called him Benny. Don't know what his actual name was. I can't speak Elvish.
I think he probably like teaches you the words, but it's maybe not something that you grasp onto.
You're just kind of like.
Right, like if someone asked you in a week to count to 10 in Undercommon, you probably wouldn't remember.
So one is, but two is,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Almost. You switch him round. I like to imagine Undercommon is just Welsh.
Anyway, you find that you have a chest full of 624 platinum pieces, 2,753 gold pieces, 553 silver pieces, and 4,540 copper pieces.
We're gonna need
Oh
that.
my.
We're gonna need that sack.
Blue is rich, he runs off into the distance. No.
Do you want to set a plate on immediately? Because we can get you two.
This equals out to approximately 10,000 gold.
Plus the like art items and things. Very cool.
Yep. Bulwark, you are a crafter. You probably imagine that all of those items are worth in the neighborhood of 750 gold if you can find a buyer who is interested in those particular items.
Okay, I'm gonna eat.
Yep, let's take a 15-minute break.
Yes. Okay. See you guys at 20 past.
Yep.
Come with me into the magic world.
Howdy.
Hello. Ooh, can we afford half plate now? I think we can.
Yeah, Malia can definitely get herself some half plate. Or could get herself some full plate as well.
Cole has medium armor master. And half plate will actually give him higher than full plate will.
What does medium armor master do?
Come with me into the magic world. Come with me into the magic world.
Okay.
Benny the ship rapist. Sorry.
Oh,
Comes back to that.
I am back. I didn't hear anything but laughing.
Thank God.
Sorry.
Yes, 1135 coppers, right? But I felt like I don't know what you guys were doing, but it looked like you were just converting everything to gold. That's not. That doesn't work.
Yeah, the calculator I was using only calculates into the highest thing or into gold.
Yep. Nope. That's not the real world. You don't just
I
get
know.
$1. Well, if you go to a bank, I guess.
Yeah.
Can't you just like squish the copper pieces until they become a silver piece together? Oh.
You take it to the
Even
Bank of
greatest-
Luskan.
Even the greatest transmutation wizards can only do that for like a round.
You take it to the Bank of Luskan where you give in all your platinum and they give you half its value back in gold.
Okay. So you guys have a long rest. It does not get interrupted again. You guys want to do?
Bulwark was making a bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a bag of holding. We'll put everyone's share of gold in there, and I'm gonna keep the bag of holding underneath my breastplate.
Okay. Your bag of. So what are you just gonna chuck the chest?
I
Actually,
think
worth
just
something.
I think just the gold
Okay.
in the bag of holding. I don't want to have everything on me.
I think the coin without the chest weighs just under 100. So you're good there.
Okay. And I'm
Why don't
taking
we
away
put the art
from
objects in as well?
this one.
Because
If
you
you
can
want
put it
to as
underneath
well.
your armor and it's basically unstealable, right?
Sorry, it weighs
Basically.
200 pounds. All the coin.
Well, yeah. I guess I'll just
Oh, no,
chuck.
that's
I'll
not right.
chuck everything in there as easy as I can.
The chest wasn't any ornate chest, was it? It was just a basic chest.
Here's just a basic chest, and the coins
Yeah, we can leave that.
Coins weigh 170 pounds. All the art objects. I wrote them down some.
I have it up here. I'll copy it into
No,
the
I put the
chat
weight.
again.
I came up with the weight for all of it.
Oh.
I didn't copy and paste. So you're probably sitting at 2/3 full on your bag there, Bulwark. I imagine that Cole has got the long swords.
No.
Oh.
Well, I'll have them, but I'm not allowed to use them.
Oh. I guess you're gonna sell
Yes.
them.
We've been
Unfortunately.
discussing.
Cole was told that pizzazz is not worth like the amount of gold differential.
Well, yeah, like we said, if you want to if you want to use your
relieve
share
part
on
of
it.
your share to buy it from the party.
Exactly. You can use your share.
No. You said all of my share.
No, it's 750 gold worth.
Each.
I'm only taking the one.
Oh, you're not gonna take both?
No, I wanted the one because that way, should we have a werewolf or something, I've got a, I had a +1 weapon back
They're
then.
much prettier than yours, than your two swords.
My basket-hilted broadswords are the perfect balance.
So were there 9 art items or was it 10?
There were 9.
It was 8.
8?
They rolled 2d4s and got 4s.
2, 3. I count 9.
Should only be 8.
A silver chalice, 2 plated long swords, a carved harp, a ceremonial dagger, 2 painted gold war masks, an obsidian statuette, and a gold dragon.
Only 1 gold war mask then.
No.
I have a question. You said some of us might be disappointed. Who would possibly be disappointed by this much gold?
You, because you were like you were like wanting magic items and there were none.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Who doesn't want magic items?
Give me a Dern's instant fortress.
Okay.
So the morning comes. You have no cart and you have 2 horses.
Come on, Carnage and Rations. We're going to Neverwinter. Well, we can just buy another car. We have so much gold. we could probably buy people to carry it for us. No, we're not doing that.
Are we just gonna act like the ship is not still a thing?
I mean, we have like 16,000 gold. I think
No, I'm not after the items on it. I'm scared about the giants like still raiding from it. I mean, that giant
I
somehow
see.
came back.
Well, they're gonna have
Well-
difficulty without any oars or ballistas, aren't
I think it would be best that we go to Neverwinter and we can talk to the leader of the fist there. They've probably got at least some access to ships and they can board the ship and deal with it. But I don't think it's really our speciality to try
And we'll let them take claim of all of the items that were clearly on there because we took nothing. I like it.
Yeah, well, they can have all the foodstuffs. I understand that we could sell the brandy and everything, but I think that they can probably use that gold to good effect. Plus,
Would we go to a blacksmith in Neverwinter? You think that's a good one?
Yeah,
I'm
plus
sure
I
they
think
would.
so.
Although I am a bit concerned if we have stranded them on the coast here. I'm sure they're gonna make themselves known. They might.
That's what
be
I'm worried
attacking
about,
people.
which is why I
Yeah.
wanted to go look at it. But we are going down that way anyway, so we will see it when we get back from Neverwinter.
Yeah, let's go to Neverwinter first.
Okay, it's probably only an hour or two's journey from where you are to Neverwinter.
Could we stop off at Helm's Hold because we'll have to pass it on the way there anyway?
Sure. They'll probably add another hour onto your journey.
Would everybody be cool with that?
Yep, I think
Yep.
it'd be a good idea to tell that lady that we did such a good job.
Okay, so you return to Helm's Hold and you make your way up to Keep, and you would find Zara Dalcor sitting underneath a tree outside of the Great Cathedral, reading a book of some sort.
Hey there, what are you reading?
The treatise on Helm's tenets.
Not familiar. Good read.
Decent enough.
Oh, there we go. The giant problem.
Yes, you have news.
We how many was it? 5 of them? I think 5 of them. We killed 5 of them. And we stranded the boat dead in the water about a mile offshore because there were none on the boat left on the boat.
Were there only 5 manning this boat?
We're not sure. We haven't seen any others.
The ship
We'll go-
was built with 20 hammocks in it.
What was it?
So
Did Tony say that?
Yes,
I
I'd
remember
say
you
there
said
were
20
20 hammocks.
Okay, gotcha.
She says,
So
kind of closes the book and she says, so you've slain a quarter of this, just so that I have the situation correct. You've slain a quarter of this ship's crew and somehow left it stranded half a mile off the coast?
a mile off the coast.
Half a mile.
Yep.
Half a mile.
Okay.
That's good work. I wouldn't have expected anyone to slay 1 giant, let alone 5.
We're kind of used to it.
That seems to be a fairly big problem, though, that there are possibly 15 frost giants in the nearby area, and they no longer have a method of leaving.
I assure you, they would not have. They would, even if we, didn't strand the boat, they would just keep on raiding down the Sword Coast anyway. We're just going to Neverwinter to sell some stuff, re-stash, and then we'll be back down here to deal with any we see on the way.
She stands up and she tucks the book away in a large side, like not a fanny pack, but that's essentially what it is.
A satchel.
Yeah. But it doesn't like there's not a strap that goes around her waist. It's purely on like a belt. And she says, I will report your good work to my superiors, although this does present a new complication for us.
Well, like we said, we're going to head down to Neverwinter. If you sort of do just go vagabonding around, killing evil things and helping out good people, if you ever need a hand, don't be afraid to reach out.
We have no set location. and we're always traveling around, so it'd be pretty difficult to get a hold of us.
Yeah.
When you see the two doves fly, no, that's a lie. I'm lying to you.
She bids you good day and safe journeys, and she heads into the big cathedral.
Cold as ice, that one.
They all seem a little cold.
I mean, nice enough. She seems to want to do the right thing, which is cool with me. But so cold.
It's really bad bedside manner.
Just sassing this woman.
It's just not too bad. At least she's not rude. Just a little.
Valid. Again, somebody
Did you
really
have any
needs to.
more business in Helm's Hold?
No, we need to go see the sell up in Neverwinter and go see the blacksmith. Wait, on Neverwinter recuperating. They might try to rip us off for our goods.
Perhaps. I mean, we can continue on down to Waterdeep if that's what we want to do. I mean, Bulwark has a pretty good idea of what they're worth. We don't always have to sell it.
Yeah, we were in no rush. When we were in the Dales, but we were kind of strapped, but we've got options.
I really wanted that armor, and Neverwinter has some good smiths. And I'm not sure if any in the Waterdeep would actually. Oh, did somebody have push to talk on? And I'm not sure if any in Waterdeep, would serve me. Possibly.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Oh.
Just don't talk.
The voice isn't the problem. Well, the voice is kind of the problem. Smother face.
You mean this face? And Blue will use disguise self to look like a bigger version of Cole.
Aren't you a pretty boy? Look at him, so handsome. Can you stay like that forever?
For an hour.
I mean, this is great. It's like looking in a husky mirror.
I could do that as well.
Surrounded by myself. Oh.
Wait, can you really?
That would.
I've got disguise self, but I gotta wait. I don't have prepared.
Oh, surrounded by coals. It's a dream.
Cole's so narcissistic, he's attracted to himself.
That wasn't clear. Oh. We've lost what, Tony?
Nothing. You're good. So you guys make your way up to Neverwinter. You've skilled hands. I would say that if you are looking for a buyer for, sorry. Oh yeah, I guess if you're looking for a buyer.
Do we just want to get a cart and go down to Waterdeep, which isn't in ruins?
I mean, we can try. We don't have to sell. Let's just see what's available.
True.
Here.
Well, I was gonna say it's kind of like one of those. I think it's one of those downtime activity things. Yeah, if you're gonna need to take a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Sell some of this stuff.
That's fine.
Well, we'll need some downtime for the plate mail and everything. So
yeah, the plate mail and the half plate. Joe,
I also would want to find someone potentially that could make the equivalent of plate but out of a more organic material.
I think for that, you're not just going to need to find someone who can craft it. You're going to have to find the material.
Yeah. Would we? So we wouldn't be able to buy it. We'd have to specifically hunt something down.
Yeah.
You should have harvested the giant
bones. And then you'd have
Gotcha.
to either pay someone to craft it or have Bulwark craft it.
Gotcha.
Malira, if you're going to have a custom suit of plate mail crafted, that's going to be like a 30-week. So I don't know if you want to do that.
I don't think she needs a custom suit. She just needs a possibly just off the shelf suit. She was also going to look for getting a long bow and some arrows.
Okay.
Let's have a look at the half plate thing.
I think that the longbow and arrows is not an issue at all.
Okay.
50 gold, someone will sell you a longbow. Quiver.
And half plate is just kind of like fitted plates that are like fitted, like bits of plate armor that are like fitted, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to look for that. That shouldn't be too hard. Might take a day or two, I'm guessing.
No, I don't even necessarily think it would take a day. You could probably find half plate regular price here in Neverwinter. There are lots of craftsmen who live in the city. A lot of businesses have been attracted to the area because it is regrowing. That's good for business. It's good for people starting out.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a guy I can get that off then. I'm going to try.
Being that you're an elf and you're regularly like, as I think,
Okay.
1500. Well,
I'm also a drow, so
yeah, I think he would probably sell it 17.
Wait. Can I get a set? How tall are you?
I'm 5 foot
Damn it.
flat.
No, Bulwark's a dwarf. I got this. Let me go in, and I'm going to say to a different place because this person knows you're drow, and try to get a plate armor set that's
Are you
slightly
saying this in the
shorter than me.
shop where the person is?
No. Oh shit! Yeah, I'd probably wait till Joe comes outside for the money because obviously Bulwark has all the money.
How much would the plate be for? I mean, I'm fine with just chainmail for now. I'm fine with just 18 AC.
The person who is offering to sell it to you sells it to you. That is offering to sell you a suit of plate mail for 17.
Wait. Oh no, intimidation's going to be a bit too harsh, isn't it?
She's fine. She doesn't need it.
Yes, you do.
We have
I will not
16,000
let you be
gold. Let's buy
discriminated
something.
against.
I mean, we've been fighting giants and they've been getting over 18s, over 20s.
I will not let you be discriminated against because of your different skin tone, Melira.
And the
I'll just cast Shield of
inherently
Faith.
evil nature
fine.
of your race.
We
Cole
have
won't stand
16,000
for it.
gold. Like,
Is there
Look,
racism going
buy
on
plate.
here?
I'm not trying to
There's-
make any kind of racial commentary here. This is just the nature of the world that we're in.
I understand, but Cole's not going to stand for it. You love Benny like a brother, and sometimes I love her because Benny was a bit weird.
What have I come into? Is there like a racist?
Yeah, they're
Sniffle?
trying to charge you
Well,
250 Melira 250 more gold.
First of all, you don't know that. You don't know that he's being racist or not. Secondly, came into Melira trying to buy a suit of plate mail and getting charged 200 gold more than what is listed in the PA.
Bulwark, how much is a plate? Would you say like a plate armor set would usually cost somebody? You're a craftsman.
About 1,500 gold. I don't see any reason why it needs to be too much here in Neverwinter. Are you the only blacksmith around?
There's plenty of other blacksmiths around.
Well, then
I have
we go
taxes
to
to
a
pay. This is an up
Yeah,
and coming
I'm not-
city. Supply and demand. Not too many people looking for plate mail.
Mm.
That's fair. Well, we'll have a mosey on around. See what we can find.
Hi.
I'm really fine. I just checking. I don't need it.
You want it, you're gonna get it.
16,000 gold.
I think it's a bit hard for her. You know, she is a slave. She's not used to buying expensive things.
Yeah, which is why we're insisting she gets it.
Yeah, you deserve it, darling. You've done a really good job. And
You're going out there and you're blocking shit and you're stabbing shit, and it's just great. You're doing great.
And if you're not getting it for yourself, get it for us, because it'll put me at ease.
Well,
you
your
know?
half plate
It'll
would
put
run you
you at ease.
850 gold.
850 rather than the normal 750.
Mm-hmm.
No chance I can haggle that down, is there? Wait, no, I actually had a plan for this.
You say that, and the guy says, "Want to haggle? You can leave. The price is what it is."
Oh, yeah. Okay. This brace plate, Fine craftsmanship. Shaved my life a few times. In almost perfect condition. Would that lower the price at all? Give you a piece or so.
I can give you 2 gold for this best plate.
So just take that off the 850 and call it 650.
Sure.
Okay. Bulwark, can I have 650?
Yeah. And I'll take my armor off and I'll rummage through my bag and I'll take it and I'll count out his gold for Keon's breastplate.
There we go. I should cover it.
He takes your gold and says, "Now is that so hard? Now would you like the plate mail or not?"
That's the half plate. Wait, is this the same store? I thought we were looking somewhere else.
Yeah, I thought that
I don't know.
but whatever.
Yeah,
The
we
mystical
refuse to go to
place
the
where
first floor.
the guy is in every shop.
Well, it's plate mail, so it's quite expensive. We'll have a look around and see if
Yeah, sure.
if she wants to have a look around and see if anyone's selling it at a more reasonable price.
Okay. Make an investigation check. Okay. So yeah, you probably find 2 or 3 other smiths in the city, that all charge varying amounts. One is charging 6, others charging 9. Um, there's not really any rhyme or reason to why, and when asked, like the one who's selling it for 19, it's like, "Oh, we have taxes, and my brother's ill, so I'm trying to raise money for 1900." Um, you just kind of get
Lou
the
is a
feeling that
doofus.
it's kind of a seller's market here.
Well,
But I think the
1600 sounds good.
I think the lowest that you're probably gonna find it for is 16.
That's not bad.
Hmm. Yeah. Well,
Human
there we
trafficking is
go.
wrong and is a real problem.
I'm not trying to comment on real life issues.
If you disagree with that statement, we're breaking up.
Oh my god. I mean, it's fair.
No, that would be fair, yeah.
But Jesus, bringing real life things into D&D. This is always a recipe for disaster.
Bulwark's the one talking about trading a 19-year-old for plate mail. Don't get me twisted.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah, 1600's fair. We have enough gold. We don't have to haggle over like 50 gold here, 50 gold there.
Okay, so with these art items, you're probably going to need to spend a decent amount of time. Certain things you could probably sell in one location, like the swords and the dagger. Okay, so someone jot this down. So the sword and the dagger, the swords and the dagger you can sell in one place. The chalice, mask, and statue sell also probably together. And harp, well, we'll say chalice, mask, statue, home. And then the harp is going to have to be third. For each like chunk of selling, that's probably going to take you a 10 day of like asking around the city, trying to find a buyer or a museum or something.
Chalice, mask, comb, and what? Would be together.
Chalice, mask.
I got it down. Sword and dagger, chalice, mask, statue, and comb, and then the harp was by itself.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Um,
Whilst we spend the time tracking these down, can we also have a carriage, like being built or?
Yeah, a
also?
carriage you can get for 150.
Cool.
and would that be a 10-day per person? Like, as in, like the 4 of us? It would take the 4 of us for 10 days doing that, or?
I think it depends. Let me look at this downtime. basically magic item because it's probably the go for uncommon since that. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna need for each batch. Gonna be a charisma.
Oh,
Might get more
Malira.
than what you're looking for. You might get less.
luckily for me, I can add a D8 to each roll.
I think Malira is probably the better option for me.
Ouch.
And it does take a work week to look for a buyer for, sorry, a 10-day, find a buyer for those specific items.
Is
Can
a
I add
+4 better
emissary
than a
piece
D8?
to that charisma persuasion check?
Sure, why not?
Because it lasts
Can
for
I-
10 minutes and it's a.
I mean, this
kind of
represents
thing.
your efforts throughout the week trying to find a buyer, so you're probably doing that every day. So yeah, I don't see why not.
And if Blue sort of accompanies her, to go,
24.
Okay.
Or 19 if you want to give me this.
The 24?
Yeah.
What are you trying to sell first?
Which one do we want to sell first?
Probably the Chalice Mask Kerman statue, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And you guys did get me the plate, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes. That's 1600 out of your personal funds, I think.
Malira, you spend the entire week like hitting up leads, and yeah. So if you're gonna sell all this at once, you're gonna be here for basically 30 days. So people will be thinking about what other downtime activities you might want to pursue. Since Malira's heading up selling this stuff, the three of you could be doing other activities.
Now, can I also go ahead and just sell my chainmail then?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
give it off to Bulwark
half
if
price
he
of
wants it.
whatever the PHP says.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Malira, after you spend this week like talking to leads, like getting information from people in the markets, there is a like an art museum that is interested in buying these pieces, and you actually end up making friends with the curator. And like opening week is next week, and he says that like these pieces, although he doesn't know their exact origin, would make like a nice off exhibit on treasures that frost giants have captured. And he offers you a sum of 4,500 gold for those 4 pieces.
How much?
4,500 gold.
Once that my brain stopped working.
Mine did as well.
So that's considering we thought they were 750 each. That's about 1,500 gold pieces more than what we assumed they were worth.
Yeah, she'll accept it.
Okay. You meet him at the museum at one point really early in the morning, and you sign some paperwork, and he's basically, it's not that he's paying you this money, it's like you've made a donation to the museum, and in return they've dipped into their funding to like give you a finder's fee.
Okay.
I was worried for a second.
We're selling it to them, but with more word.
Yes.
He tells you
that it's all above board. It's for tax purposes, so that the museum can remain a nonprofit, etc., etc.
She does not care.
Okay, and he actually gives you 450 platinum.
450 platinum. Okay.
Yep. What are you trying to sell the second week?
We can probably save the swords and dagger for the last, right?
Yeah, probably.
The harp.
Okay. So go ahead and
But
make
it's so
another.
pretty.
Go ahead and make another persuasion check.
15.
15.
I'm going to turn that back on to always advantage
Okay.
because it just worked better.
A local performer, a bard, notices you one day in the market trying to like talk to people about trying to sell this harp somewhere, and she comes up to you. She is a half elf, and she says like right here on the spot, "I'll hand you 750. It's beautiful, and I could not live another."
She'll take it.
She joyfully strums a few strings right there in the market, and a few people like turn their head and watch as she plays this beautiful tune. And she seems very pleased with herself for having found it.
I give it a week before she's found murdered. Okay.
She was wearing her own armor, so she appeared to have been an adventurer.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to take the third week to sell the swords and dagger?
Sure.
Okay.
Whilst Joe does this, can I both find because it's going to be a 10-day.
Well,
I want to find.
I'll get to you
Okay.
guys. It's down to. I'm just trying to blow through this, and then whatever you guys want to line up for your downtime activities, I'll.
15.
Okay. A local lord. Hmm.
I don't think the Lord would talk to
A
Brown.
very fine carriage is rolling through the streets of Neverwinter. When you hear a voice, like you've got these weapons on, maybe you've set up a small stall or something in the market, and a very fine dark wooden carriage led by two horses, and it has an entourage of guards. When stops in front of you or in front of your display, and you hear a voice inside say, "Stop the carriage," and a man gets out, and he has shoulder length brown hair, and he is wearing a very fine royal blue cloak with emblem of like a roaring lion emblazoned in gold on his breastplate on the breastplate of his plate mail armor. And he motions to your very fine swords and dagger. And he says, "These are quite wonderful pieces. Where, pray tell, did you find them?"
I found them out on a ship, a giant ship one.
He lets out a hearty laugh, and he says, "I would display these in my castle if the price is right. What were you hoping to sell these for?"
It was how much were we?
Okay, so it's 750 times by 3, so that's 2,250.
It was if I remember correctly, because my friends priced them. It was 750 for each.
He nods, and then he motions to a steward who kind of had their head stuck out of the cart, and he tells them to bring the coin. And the man in the cart says, "Yes, Lord Neverember." And he's an elderly man who um, comes out with a small chest and begins to count coin um, on the ledge of the stand that you've kind of rented out for the day. 750, 1,500. And he motions to the coin once it's been counted out. 2250 gold.
Thank you.
The steward takes the weaponry and puts them in cart, and then the man gives you a short nod and then re-enters his.
Now give me a slight bow.
That
I believe
Oh, hey, someone
Joe.
followed. Hey, thank you for the follow,
Well,
Ron
hey.
Weasley one.
Ron Weasley.
Yeah, Ron Weasley.
Get Harry Potter and Hermione Granger to follow as well, please.
Yes, please. And Neville, because he's the best one.
No, unfortunately, we're not taking anyone else to join, but that's very sweet. Thank you.
Also, I'll keep track of how much Blue has because I've been taking a quarter and putting it in my side for Blue.
Yeah, we should probably just keep a total maximum as well.
Yeah, just throw it in there. Just throw it in the pouch.
I've been keeping a separate wealth for me and Blue.
If we have a max, though, we can just divide it 4 ways, and it's easy. I've linked a few downtime activities from the DMG. I'm not sure if you're wanting to allow them though.
I haven't seen
Tony.
anything in the.
I know
If
that
it's in
Tony
Discord,
does
I'm
not
not
allow.
getting.
It's in the general chat in Discord.
Yeah, I don't get alerts because I have a little streamer mode on, so I'm not getting notifications. So we're
I know
not
that
we're
Tony.
not training to gain levels. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Crafting a magic item I would probably allow if you had something in mind and you spent time to find a wizard to for you. Oh no, I guess Bulwark could.
And it doesn't specify arcane. I could also make like holy based items, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Bulwark.
Okay.
Yep.
Could you make both of my swords a +1? Is 30 days enough time to do that?
So a +1 item is uncommon, right?
Yes. Which is.
I think I like the Xanathar's guide for crafting. Does that do magic? It would take you 2 weeks to craft 1 uncommon item.
And we are here for 3, right?
Yep. So Bulwark, you could craft 1 because you are magic, and
Since
Blue, you could probably also craft something as well.
Okay.
I could try and make a bag of holding instead, and just give you a +1 radiant weapon.
I mean, but the radiancy is wasted, isn't it? So
yeah, but it could still be useful.
You could also search for a magic item instead of making one.
You could also search for a magic item instead of.
I am going to look for a very snazzy carriage and also a silver blade.
Although the thing about buying a magic item is that you're not necessarily gonna find a particular type of item. You're going to basically just looking for anyone who is selling any magic items.
Yeah.
So who wants to do what?
Well, I'm going to obviously ask Bulwark at the start if he would do some magic-y stuff on my sword, depending on what he says.
I kind of want to craft the bag of holding.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Past that, I'm going to look for a snazzy carriage to buy and also a silver blade.
Oh, you gotta have. One thing I do like that I think you might need. Kill a creature or get the cooperation. What would be appropriate for a bag of holding? You have to
A mimic.
You have to craft it in the stomach of an astral dreadnought in the donjon.
Jesus. No, I have PTSD over astral dreadnoughts.
How are bags of holding crafted? I want to know if someone has done. That'd be interesting.
Oh, a mummy bag and a daddy bag love each other very much.
They make both a bag of holding and the other one that has a frowny face.
The bag of unholding.
I
Bag
don't
of
know.
devouring.
Bag of devouring.
Say, Bulwark, what spells do you have that might be applicable to this?
he can make bags of holding.
I can make a temporary bag of holding regardless.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure. Trying to come up with like
Arcane
a
lock, invisibility, magic mouth, maybe rope trick. That kind of makes a pocket dimension.
Yeah, I think that will be the route that we take. I think for this, you basically you buy a bag for you have a cost to it. For 200 gold is the materials that you're going to need.
Okay.
And then you need to. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check, and I will say you benefit from your tool proficiency thing for this.
That would be an Arcana attack with expertise.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just make a tool check because it's the same number.
Because you also have Weaver's tools. Perfect.
And
Okay.
Kobold's tool.
Your guidance would not apply to this, but the 23 is fine. Go ahead. I need you to also roll me a D100, please. And you want to hit above a 10. Perfect. Okay, so you spend some time buying materials, weaving this bag together, and imbuing it with the extra dimensional energy from the rope trick spell. And you create a bag of holding.
Was it just the
Very
200
nice.
gold?
Yes, I believe so. Let me double check. Yep, 200 gold, 2 work weeks, uncommon item.
What's the difference in rare items?
So a rare item would be 10 work weeks and 2,000 gold.
Gotcha. So that would be 7 more than we're here for. Okay.
I still have another week left.
You can make a common item for 50 gold if you like.
Oh, a common item.
Cole, you were wanting to look for magic items to purchase, correct?
No, that was blue. Cole wants to. Well, for one, I want to know if do we want to get another carriage, or we could just go up to
I think someone already
and get
spent gold for
griffins.
the carriage, didn't we? I think I said it was 150
No,
gold.
I didn't actually spend it because you were doing
Okay.
Joe's thing.
Gotcha.
Because if we are getting a carriage, Cole is going to find a super snazzy carriage. Because it's Cole and he has been delegated the task. And also look for a silvered longsword.
So the silvered longsword is easy to find. That's going to be 150 gold.
That's fine. Is it somewhat snazzy?
If you want one crafted for you, they will do it, but it will be 200 gold. Otherwise, it will be like a regular straight blade longsword.
Guys, can I have 200 gold for snazzy weapon?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes!
You can have 200 my gold.
Snazzy weapon! He's a man who likes his pizzazz.
Someone could also craft you a carriage in 3 weeks if you wanted. If you were wanting it to be really posh and have like leather seats and felt interior or velvet interior and like curtains and shit, engraving on the side. That's kind of what I'm thinking you're asking for, right?
Yeah,
All right.
essentially.
It's gonna be 300
If we want
gold.
if we want a basic carriage, we can get it for just over 100.
Yep.
Or we can get a really comfy one. I'm just saying this to you. Or we can get a really comfy one, with some plush seats and some comfort material for Ava to lie on for about 300.
Could we put in some extra cash to get it like reinforced with like steel and like have like I don't know
I can ask him.
like crossbow mounts or something on the
I can
inside
definitely ask him.
and like spikes on the wheels.
I dig this. Okay. So it's 15 AC right now is what a carriage is. If you wanted to increase its AC with reinforcements, I would say you could get it to 18. But where a base carriage would be 100 for the reinforcements, that's going to be an extra 500.
So it'd be 800 for the snazzy one that's been built.
Yes.
A mixture of both Lush and a War Machine.
Now, if you wanted to add, and you could, you could add a single, like mounted crossbow. Well, hold on. Now y'all got me looking at like siege equipment and shit. Hang on, because that's essentially what you're asking for is a siege weapon on this thing.
I want something.
Are we cool with doing that, or do we just go get Griffins? The Griffins.
I don't know that Cole is aware of Griffin.
No, this is a Kian thing. Kian really wants a Griffin.
I think we would have mentioned the Griffins. Yeah, I think that is a genuine discussion we do have to have as a group. Do we want to? Are we going to invest in cart travel or gift Griffin travel?
It's faster. They fly.
I like being on the ground.
We could always do both as well, like a Griffin force and a carriage force.
So I could potentially craft. I'm really wanting to try and craft some prayer beads.
That's gonna take.
But that would take. Yeah, that would take me 7 more weeks. But there's nothing that's demanding on our time, right?
Oh, we left 15 giants to ravage the Sword Coast.
Yeah.
So all of the siege weapons are either large or gargantuan. I would say that if you wanted to get like a mounted heavy crossbow, you could. It would probably cost you an additional 150. And that would go outside of one of the side windows.
Do we want to get this super snazzy carriage then? Because Blue doesn't want to be in the air on a cool eagle thing. I don't know what a Griffin is. Never seen one. Sound cool.
I mean, our last one got destroyed pretty easily, so if we're paying for like reinforcements and weapons and stuff, I think it's a good investment.
Oh, why are we traveling like dullards?
Actually,
okay.
I'll say instead of going out the window, it could probably be like there's a hatch on the roof where normally the crossbow hangs on the inside from the ceiling, and then you just like ride it along a track until it mounts on the top. And it can swivel around, so that way you can kind of.
Right, so this is going to cost us 800 gold. Are we cool with that? How much were the Griffins going to cost?
With the crossbow mount, it's going to be 950.
How much were the Griffins going to cost?
We don't know.
No idea. Because we'd have to travel all the way up there. I think we can just buy a nice card. It's all good. Doesn't mean we can't buy Griffins in the future.
Are we all going to? We all going to chip in for the new car?
Yeah, just take it out of the group fund, man.
Yeah, just I think for now we should. We should just.
All of the money is in the bag of holding.
I don't. How much money do we have all together? I've been taking a quarter of it each time.
Someone is breathing.
Oh god damn it! Jack, remember that conversation we had where we literally I asked everybody if they'd be cool with just putting everything in the bag of holding?
I thought you meant physically.
You are. Jack, you are hereby assigned the treasure of the Stargazers.
Okay.
I forgot about that goddamn name.
I'll calculate how much gold we have. Like, yeah, write down how much gold I have.
We should make a base of operations on the Star Mounts. Since we are the Stargazers.
Established.
No.
I also stabbed Blue.
Never ever getting berries.
Branding smite. I'm going to also put a second level smite into this.
Okay. So I have updated the carriage sheet to reflect the 18 AC. The mounted heavy crossbow. It has its own bonus to hit. It does 1d damage. That worked correctly.
Anyway, so how much money did we get from all the magic items? We got 4,500 GP.
I wrote it down in the chat.
Yeah. 4,500, and then you got.
It was 450 platinum and 3,000 gold total.
Yep, he did write that.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, if I did want to at least attempt or begin crafting a rare item, say even if we stayed longer, say something happened and we had to leave, would that progress save and I could resume it during more downtime in the future, or how would that sort of work?
Quick save, F5.
So I think with the prayer beads, because it is in the area of, is it rare or very rare?
Rare.
I think being that it's in the area of rare, I would need some time to come up with like a creature or a material that you would need to hunt down.
Gotcha.
So I'm open to you crafting this, but I think that because it's kind of getting into that higher realm of power, I would need time to look.
Okay. Perfect. For the meantime, then I guess I will try and craft an uncommon item.
Okay. What would be something that you're interested in crafting for 2 weeks?
I think a cloak of protection would be.
Oh, they're great.
I think Shield of Faith would be the spell I'm trying to imbue it with.
Oh,
Warding Bond.
you
also.
could try and imbue your warding bond.
That's just so good, though. Do I want Blue to just have a cloak of protection?
You gave Cole a cloak
Yes.
of protection.
Yes, but that was your little thing because your character.
True.
Okay. So that's fine. I think it's 200 gold worth of materials. Work week. And I need you to roll a D100, and you're trying to hit above a 20. Oh, and I also need you to make an Arcana check. Oh, wait, hold on. Back up. Before we do anything else. Do you have proficiency with Arcana?
I do not. So clerics can't craft things.
Where is it?
Proficiency in Arcana. Yeah, I get it. That is unfortunate.
Yep.
He just leaves the Discord.
Just
Wait, did he leave the Discord? Really?
I did not manage it. I accidentally left.
Fuck
Oh
this
wow!
shit.
See, that's the final straw. Fuck you, Tony.
No.
Wait, why is there 1074 platinum?
did he add the 450 to it?
623 plus. I don't even know.
It was 624 plus 450. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
All
a
right, then
start.
I can't craft anything because I'm useless. I instead will search for someone who's selling magic items.
Okay, so here's what you gotta do.
Go fuck yourself.
So there's gonna be one charisma persuasion check that you make. You get a +1 bonus on the check for every work week beyond the first that is spent seeking a seller, and a +1 bonus for every additional gold spent up to a bonus of 10. So you're probably gonna want to search for all 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So that's a +3 right there. Do you want to spend any gold during this week?
How much would it cost to get like the max bonus up to 10?
700 gold.
Okay, not that much. I mean, with +3, I have +9 persuasion. What's the DC like? What's the DC?
So there's not a DC. The checks go up to 40, and depending on how high you roll is which magic item table I roll on.
Okay. I don't like. Obviously, I don't want to look at these tables because that's getting a bit metagamey. So instead, I think +9 is fine. I will stick with that for now because
Okay.
anything higher than that, I probably couldn't afford. So
So go ahead and make a persuasion check with your regular stat, and then add +3 to it. And you do not add guidance to this. 21. All right, I need you to roll 1d4, please. All right. Okay. Holy shit. All right, go ahead and roll 2 D100s for me, but roll them separately. I think you found the wrong guy. Okay.
Is it too expensive?
All right, what's that? 81. Okay.
81 and 9, yeah.
All right. So here's what happens, Blue. You are hitting up some leads at the Hall of Justice, and a very old looking human comes in. He's male, he's bald, he's kind of wrinkled, but he looks pretty buff. He is wearing plate mail armor that is emblazoned with the symbol of Tyr. His armor and cloak are clearly magical. And he kind of gives off this aura of vitality. Like, once he comes closer to your presence, you feel a little bit more alive than before. And
I like this guy.
And he says that he had heard that there was someone looking to purchase powerful magic items, and he has some things that he would be willing to sell. He has 2 spell scrolls that he has taken the time to craft as a cleric.
Ooh.
Cleric spell list. Also need to price of magic item.
What?
Yep.
That's what we've got.
There's an 8th and 9th level spell scroll here, bud.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to afford any of this.
You possibly could pay for the 8th level one.
But I could not use it. Well, I could, but it would take a very good check.
Let's see here. 8th level cleric.
DC 19.
So he has a spell scroll of anti-magic field that he would be willing to sell to you for. Roll a d4 for me. For 50,000 gold.
Right.
And roll 2d6 for me. 7. Can you multiply that by 25,000? He has a spell scroll of true resurrection that he'd be willing to sell forever, however much that is.
Blue
25,000.
No,
Yeah,
7.
you went out to buy
7 times 25,000. So you're looking at the
So
magnitude of
175,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, 175,000 gold.
Yep.
You went out to buy like a 1-bedroom apartment, and some guy's like, "Hey, I've got the International Space Station back here."
And then I think he sees that look of shock on your face, and he apologizes, and he presumed that it would be an adventurer of a similar scale of his own.
Do you have prayer beads, Mr. Cleric?
He says he says that he does actually, and you can see them dangling from his neck. But he says
They're
that
mine.
it was a gift from Tyr, and he could not possibly.
Does he have a cloak of protection?
Maybe. You don't know what his cloak is.
It's like a rich guy going up to like an orphan on the street and being like, "Hey, do you want to buy this lobster
he
and
heard
caviar?"
because Blue spent 3 weeks looking for this guy, or looking for someone to sell magic items, and this guy heard about it. He's like, "Oh, okay, there's an adventurer. Let me go sell this stuff that I've been trying to get rid of."
It's my analogy. Like an orphan looking for food, and there's this rich guy like, "You want this lobster and caviar?" The orphan's just like, "No, sir. Do you have any bread?" He's like, "Yes, but it's mine. It's my bread."
So how much gold is that out of the party fund?
Too much.
Blue?
Yeah, I'm not able to buy anything with this guy. Wait, so
But
the
it's
2
still-
spell scrolls were... Did he say he had anything else?
No, those were the 2 items, because that was the D4
Gotcha.
roll.
Yep, gotcha.
But didn't it cost you money to try and find him?
Oh, no, wait. Actually, hang on. I think that because it's a scroll, they're half price. So 25,000 gold for the scroll of anti-magic field, and then 50,000, 60,500 for the 65,000 for the
Eight-
resurrection.
87,500 for
Uh,
tree resurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah, both are still out of our price range. So I will ask this man his name.
Mystical cleric number 1.
Okay, I shall say
I'll
mystical cleric
I'll
number
come
1.
up with another name at some point.
I shall seek you out if I seek these items again. Sorry, my dog was whining in the background.
I mean, I think that's
Jameson Thunderfist is his name.
Okay, very good.
You could have harked back to one of the best book series of all time,
I don't know what that is.
Rincewind from
Thunderfuck.
really Color of Magic.
I said-
Fantastic.
I
Never read it.
said Thunder Duck.
That's only because you have dyslexia.
No, I did it on purpose because I knew you would misread it. Haha. Stinky idiot. I've got a week of downtime because it only took me 2 weeks to craft this bag. Can I talk to the head guy, the big that paladin we talked to before with
Sir
in
Laniver's
the
Trail?
stables? Yeah, could I spend the week with him? I'll just probably ask him if I could just tail him around for a bit, just so I can get a lay of the land. You know, so we're heading through tribal, and I'm trying to work out where all of the
Oh, there goes my cup. Thankfully, it was empty.
like where all of the giants are in the nearby area. If I can help him out, you know, just try and build a relationship and share over our love of killing giants and evil things that try to eat people.
So you probably do spend some downtime with Sir Laniver's Trail. He welcomes your company. You get the impression that although he is a knight of tier, he is more at the position that he's in, the type to coordinate efforts rather than going out in the field. He does say that if you have a willingness to follow one of the triad, Torm, Tyr, or Ilmater, he would welcome you into the Order of the Gauntlet.
The Order of the Thunder Gauntlet.
I'm genuinely flattered, but I would have to respectfully decline. I've got my old gods from back home that I still care for dearly, but I will always, you know, enact Tyr's vengeance when I can, even though I may scream a different name when their bodies fall.
And he respects that.
You're always welcome to join the Dwarven Pantheon as well, of course. And I'll give him a little punch on the. I can't punch very high, like a little nudge on the side of his hip. I can't reach that high.
So Tony, how snazzy is the sword?
What do you mean?
The snazzy sword I purchased.
What do you want it to look like?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you asked for it to be basically built to your specifications. So
Yeah, you ever played Skyrim?
Yep.
You know the orc sword?
I don't off the top of my head. It would be plated in silver, whatever you commission. I just find it funny that you guys sold 2 perfectly good plated silver swords and then
I didn't want
turned
to.
around and bought 2 more.
That's the kind of snazziness I wanted, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to get that for 200 gold. This is the orc sword, like that, but silver.
Okay. What it looks
Boom.
like.
3 sword coal.
That is definitely not a snazzy sword.
Yeah, but it's not as gross, obviously. It's just that shape.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm guessing it's just like a long sword. Is it? It's not a +1 long sword if it's silver, is it?
No. Well, I mean, you can make it a +1 sword by having a wizard or something enchant it.
No, I'm just thinking about how it just does. It's just. I'll just rename it to a silver longsword.
Okay.
I think I can make it a +1 for 1 hour.
So Malira sold magic items. Blue looked for magic items and found things that were way outside of his price range. Bulwark crafted a magic item and spent time with the Order of the Gauntlet. And Cole had a carriage and a sword commissioned. Is there
Yes.
anything else after 30 days you guys would like to accomplish in Neverwinter?
Yes.
What?
Oh.
During my last day after I sold everything, I would like to go somewhere in the city and go cast Find Steed
Mhm.
and summon myself a warhorse.
Okay.
And then I would like to go buy armor for my horse.
Got a warhorse now.
There would be a point during your 3 weeks, probably like right in the middle of it, that the city of Neverwinter would have a festival called Moonfest, which is traditionally the onset of winter. Let's see here. I'm reading up on it because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to doing holidays. Oh, Neverwinter's not specifically mentioned. But there would be like treats that were sold in the street, and people would stay up all night and have like parties in the streets, and there's probably a parade.
Oh no.
The armor for your horse is going to be quite expensive. This I do know.
I believe it's double from what I've been reading. It's
It
double
is
the normal price.
4 times, if I recall correctly.
Barding. Oh, it's 4 times. Yes.
And what strength does the warhorse have?
It has 18.
Yep, so you could get it plate mail if you wanted to. It's just going to be super expensive, and it's also going to take time to craft.
Give me a sec. How much was that cost?
I would say that you could have probably done this on the first day and started that process.
Yeah. Do I have? I have enough of that. I will buy it chainmail
Okay.
because I have
Chainmail.
enough. It's 75 and goes up to 300.
Is this chainmail coming out of the party fund?
Mine. I have a bit of coin on
It's
me.
going to be 300 gold that it costs you, and it will take 3 work weeks.
How perfect.
It probably takes more, but they hire an additional smith to half the time. So
Okay.
actually, since they got to if they're going to hire an additional smith so you can get out of here in 10 days, probably needs to be 450.
Wait, how much does my silver count up to? From 100 silver is what, 10 gold?
Yes.
Yes.
I have enough.
Okay.
So that's 500 of my silver, 200 of my gold. No, wait.
500 silver would be 50 gold.
Yeah, that's the 50, and then I need a 400. 12 platinum is 120 gold. And then I've got 280.
Okay, perfect. Oop, your warhorse has chainmail, and for the sake of simplicity, if ever your horse is dismissed or killed, it poofs away with the chainmail.
Perfect. Cool. I want to go buy me a lance now, but I'm sure like 3 gold.
You got me my snazzy sword. I have a tiny bit of gold left. Not in the party fund.
We have over
Take 5 gold, Joe. Buy a lance.
Let's say, let me find the weapons table. If I remember correctly, a lance is 10 gold.
Yeah, we have over 10,000 gold on the party fund. We're fine.
Jesus.
When you
Yeah, because we got
platinum.
624 platinum pieces, and then we got another 450 platinum pieces.
And I'm just trying to make sure because y'all spent a lot of money here.
Yep, I've got checks and tabs. You can check in my. I can't scroll down because it's a bit buggy, but it's under the additional features and traits. It's at the
Yes.
very end.
Okay. Yes. And I see what you did in the chat too.
Yeah. Given you enough gold to get that lance snatcher.
Yeah.
Just arming up for war, just to go on a slow trot down to Waterdeep.
Would Lenova know anyone that has a cloak of protection or a ring of protection around?
Yo,
He
hello.
says that it's funny that you ask because he has his own cloak of protection, but unfortunately he would not be able to give it up.
No.
You gave me
That's
5 gold, so I've got 2 gold left.
Yes.
Even if I give you 10,000 gold.
What?
Don't do it.
He stands like paralyzed for a moment. And
I'm
he's
kidding.
oh, okay.
Jack.
Maybe like 800.
That actually throws me for a second, Jack.
So all this gold that you had here in your treasure section. Yo, Jack, stop doing that.
Sorry.
So I'm counting approximately 12,993 gold. And it's 1,600, 200.
That gold is after we've spent our money.
650. Yes, I see. After you've spent everything for this period, 9,393 approximately. You're also probably doing this in platinum.
Oh, I thought
What is this 3,600 spend that you put?
That's how much we've spent. So
Okay.
that plus 3,600 gold is how much we received.
Say that one more time.
So the PPGP SPCP is how much we have right now.
No, that's
All
how
that
much. That's how much you had when you sold the art items.
No, the gold has gone down. We had about 10,000 in gold coins, so he has already subtracted it.
Oh, you're correct. You
2753 GP.
Yep. So
And then we got another 3,000 from the art pieces. And then another 4,450 platinum pieces.
Yeah. So that amount would be what we have remaining.
Okay. My head hurts, so I'm not going to do the math on it. I am going to trust that you got it right.
I'll have another look through it after the session to make sure.
I'm too tired to do it exactly, but it looks about right.
Okay. Fine.
I am tempted to spend like 1k on a clicker protection if none of it would be okay with that.
He declines. He says that when he does go out in the field, it is quite a useful item.
Cole would agree.
Fair enough.
Cloaks of protection are great.
With my time with him, would I have gotten any information on Tribor or any like giant movements down south? Like what happened to the longship and everything?
So I think eventually, if you guys were keeping your ear to the ground as far as that longship, eventually someone would have spotted it out on the water, and they would have like seen it sailing away, but that would have been closer to the end of the month or the end of the 30 days. Lots of little hamlets and villages were destroyed in those 30 days.
Not bad.
Any information on the goings on in Tribal?
So Tribor, from what you know and from what you learn, is that it is basically a small town that kind of profits off of two areas, like farming, number one, because it's a very large farming community. The city, the village itself, is surrounded by several ranches. They sell a lot of horses. In particular, there is a cart maker. There's a number of wagons and cart makers in the town. No, nothing of major news has happened in Tribor recently.
Well, before we leave,
It's kind of
then,
it's a kind of a boring town, right? Like the biggest thing that's really ever happened to Tribor and where it got its name from is some hunter killed 3 boars in a single day there, and like that was, big news.
Wow.
that's amazing. Well, I think that would be nice if before we leave, we had a nice little dinner together, us four, and like the snazziest, well, us 5. We should bring over like the snazziest part of town.
Okay.
To be clear, Tony, we were planning on heading to Tribord, then down to Waterdeep, if that's you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that since we're near the end of the day, and I already rolled for random encounters, and I really need. I think we'll do 2 things. I think if you spend 5 gold per plate, so 20 gold per person, you're not going to find a place that lets Ava in that's also snazzy.
Oh.
Oh my
200 more miles.
What happens if I offer to pay them double?
Why are we going to
Even
tribal
for
first
double,
again?
I think that the host would be like, "Sir, we have a reputation to uphold here."
I must ask
Sh-
once again, why are we going down to tribal first?
Because we have a quest there.
We had to deliver
And also
a
I'm-
message to someone who lived there.
And also, I'm sick of killing frost giants on the coast.
It's the best thing!
So yeah, if you spend, let's say, 5 gold per person, and then if you want a very nice bottle of wine, that would be 10 gold. Then you could spend your time at a really nice upscale restaurant. Although you definitely do get some looks because you're not like in fine clothing. Any of you kind of like in traveler's clothes, the most of you.
Cough, cough. I
You
have
definitely
fine
do
clothes.
feel
Cough,
out of
cough.
place. And
Cough, cough, pirate.
Well, I think me and I think I'm wearing the most expensive thing there. I'm sitting in my plate armor.
they would not let you
No, I'm
in
kidding.
if you just wore your plate armor. And honestly, the host is kind of reluctant to let you in wearing your grimy traveler's clothing.
Going, don't we?
Minus like 30 gold for the meal.
Lou doesn't order anything; he just eats berries.
Blue, for Christ's sake, stop eating your damn
Blue
berries!
has like a very nice plate of like baked salmon. No, I said salmon. Oh my god, it's salmon.
I was about to ask, what was
God,
the
I don't know
salmon
why.
about?
Yeah, Blue has like a very nice plate
Salmon.
of baked salmon and herbs and buttered mashed potatoes and like garlic roasted broccoli, and he's just sitting there popping berries in his mouth.
Blue, you're getting
It's
addicted.
fine. No,
They're
it's
just
fine.
so good.
They come
Blue,
out with a plate of baked Alaska for the dessert, and Blue just pops another berry.
Blue,
I'll just
you're...
take all of the food off of Blue's plate and I'll put it in like a leather bag for Ava to have a
Oh my
try.
god.
Oh my, have none of you ever gone fine dining?
I've spent like 2 years eating trash. I'm still getting
You're
used to
all
it,
gonna
honestly.
you're gonna get us all thrown out.
We've already had dessert. It's too late.
You see, as you're walking out of the restaurant, someone is putting up like a drawing of the 4 of you in a notebook that when he closes it says "Do not admit."
You guys, all right. You guys are. I mean, when I have the second best manners at the table, you know there's something very wrong.
Perfectly well mannered.
Was it because I was eating the steak with the wood cutting knife?
Yes, for one. You were eating the steak off the knife, and Blue was just eating his heroin berries the entire time.
Heroin
They're much
berries.
better than heroin.
I mean, somehow the former slave outshone us all.
Okay, so we'll stop there, and we'll actually start with you guys having traveled already to Tribor. I think that's a perfect place. We'll just kind of montage over that.
Gonna need a montage.
Very
Right.
nice.
How many
Thank
frost
you,
giants attack us?
everyone who joined us, for joining us. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed watching our stream. Video will be put up on my YouTube by Friday, usually on Friday. Hope you had fun. Join us next time.
Yes.
Have a great weekend.
The mole
What
filler
he says
episode.
from the things that get uploaded, because I haven't uploaded any of this.